Could you leave me alone? If you see me crying, let me cry alone. 'Cause now that you'll never be, it's just another memory with strangers who know every secret. 'Cause now that you'll never see, it's just a faded memory with strangers who know every secret. 'Cause now I'm moving on, moving on. Yeah, I'm moving on, moving on. Without you, without you, without you. Cause now that you'll never be, it's just another memory with strangers who know every secret. 'Cause now that you'll never see, it's just a faded memory with strangers who know every secret. I don't need saving. Could you leave me alone? If you see me crying, let me cry alone. 'Cause now that you'll never be, it's just another memory with strangers who know every secret. 'Cause now that you'll never see, it's just a faded memory with strangers who know every secret. 'Cause now I'm moving on, moving on. Yeah, I'm moving on, moving on. Without you, without you, without you. Cause now that you'll never be, it's just another memory with strangers who know every secret. 'Cause now that you'll never see, it's just a faded memory with strangers who know every secret. Your vision, when like in my jaw distract, can't catch my breath. The sand in the hourglass has stopped. You light up my world in ways I can't explain. Your electricity's running through my veins. Oh, baby, I can't help it. I've never felt like this. Only you can do what you do. Only you give me that deja vu. Only you. Before you found me, I was floating among the stars. No direction till I landed in your arms. Destiny makes sense when I look in your eyes. A new force beneath. monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a rebel's fight without an alibi. They took my innocence without an alibi. Smoking gun, you got me on the run. We know that will come. We're out up till dawn, but how can I hide it without an alibi? It's a rebel's fight without an alibi. Took my innocence. I can't wait no longer. I'm playing with the monsters. Everything that brought me alive. Oh, we're all like monsters, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a rebel's fight without an alibi. They took my innocence without an alibi.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you all doing this fine afternoon? For most of you, at least, that live in the UK. But over here, it's 7:54 a.m. Pretty generous time. Time already went up an hour for us, but time's going to change over there in the UK pretty shortly. So, starting the Sheffield Wednesday game, I'm going to have to wake up at 6:30 in the morning. Once again, unfortunately, but make do with what I have for just this time. So, what do I think about the lineup? 2 up top, boys. We're actually using a 2 up top. I'm a little surprised that we don't have Zach Robinson in the team sheet. Every game, there's always going to be a surprise. Like last game, Lee Brown wasn't even on the team sheet. Like, what the hell? I'm pretty sure it was for his comments that he made on the post-match interview a few games ago after Lincoln. But yeah, he's playing this time, Lee Brown, thankfully. We need someone like Lee Brown after that woeful defensive performance that we had last time out against Cheltenham. I don't know what that was about. Just kept getting beat over the top. Alfie May and Andy Williams over the top every single time. So we got Lee Brown in there, obviously. Henry Lawrence as the other outside back this time around. Paul Osu playing as an outside mid. I'd rather him play as an outside mid currently than an outside back. I think he's kind of out of form right now as an outside back. Really didn't have the best game out against Lincoln. There are a couple times he got caught too high, and then Hennigan and Nightingale would like talk to him and be like, it's all right, bro. Next time you got it. Slap on the butt. But anyway, Paul Osu playing as an outside mid today instead of Ayuba Sal. Could be here's the thing, Ayuba Sal was supposed to play for the U23s, but then he wasn't going to play, so he got called back. Why not play him? I don't know. That's just me. Maybe it's to save him for the U23. I don't know. I think Asal should play today, but we got Paul Osu out wide just as a change of tactics, I guess. And then again, I'm surprised Zach Robinson's not on the team sheet. But you got players like Marsh, Asal, Chislett, Mabude, Guinness Walker, and Kalambai. Yeah, I mean, who would you replace in the team sheet for Zach Robinson? I don't know. But then we don't have another striker. That's the thing. Or well, Dapo could play up top. Actually, he did play pretty well against Lincoln up top. Usually we slot him as a winger instead of a striker. Although I think he should play as a striker versus a winger. So yeah, we got Mabude. Mabude's been playing decent lately. But we got Osei starting up top. Could be a sign that Mark Robinson is seeing something in the training ground. He's seeing maybe Osei has that breakthrough pace that he could be using. Maybe Osei has something, has that magic in him that Robbo sees. And I'm not going to get too much into the into what the board said. Plow Lane Bond said about, was it the Plow Lane? Oh, no, it was just the Bond. What they said about Mark Robinson. I was on the Robbo out train after the Cheltenham loss, but now that we have established that Mark Robinson's going to be there for the rest of the season, I still am if they lose today, I'm going to be Robbo out. But since they've already established Robinson's going to be the manager for the rest of the season, I'm not going to be clamoring too much about Robbo out. But we'll see. Anyway, I've been talking too much. I digress quite a lot. But anyway, yeah, Robinson sees something in Osei. Hopefully he'll impress today. And Cosgrove has some help up top. A lot of the times we would isolate him. And, when you win the knockdowns, win the headers, we wouldn't have too much support. So Osei could be there for support. But yeah, I guess the only knocks I have for this particular lineup, I guess Asal over Osu maybe, but and then I'd say Mabude over Osei. Have Osei come in as a substitute. And, Osei has something to prove. Because he did pretty well in the French leagues, but really has not done too much for the likes of Walsall. Let me pull up the stats, actually. Oh, wait. Really still has something to prove in the English game. If you take a look at his stats, Oxford, 3 appearances, no goals. Walsall, 11 appearances, no goals. Still has something to prove, definitely. And I think this is certainly the time to shine, considering AFC Wimbledon in the relegation zone now for the first time in a long time. I thought they would be much earlier, but we'll see how he does, man. I really, really hope that this signing pans out. Considering that we're on a budget, I think we don't really have to pay that much for Osei.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, friends. Wherever you are joining us around the Womble Football Global Emporium, this is Mike G welcoming you along on the broadcast via the world-famous, redoubtable and indefatigable radio at WDON in conjunction with your club media package, the I Follow Dons. And it's another Eye of the Tiger clash this afternoon here at the Cherry Red Record Stadium at Plough Lane. The Dons sliding into the relegation places after last week's late defensive horror show against Cheltenham Town. Victory today could well propel them back out of those relegation places. Cambridge United arriving in 17th place this afternoon, some 3 places above the Dons, but crucially a 12-point gap. So safety for them, you would imagine, this season all but assured, and perhaps reflected in a somewhat flip-flops on the beach run of recent form of no goals in the last 4 matches, 1 point from the last 12, so the Dons will hopefully look to try and catch them out whilst they're not firing on all cylinders, so to speak. Definite signs of improvement, of course, last Saturday for the Dons at Cheltenham Town, of course, led for the majority of that match, and of course it was only in the last 10 minutes that things started to go somewhat Pete Tong, to put it mildly. But of course, we've had the club statement during the week, sticking with Mark Robinson.
I'd say 3 to 4 games.
A statement to which, whether you agree with it or otherwise, at the very least, clears the air. Everyone knows where they stand. The Dons with the opportunity then to fully realign themselves and get going here this afternoon against Cambridge United. The Dons end this afternoon. Nick Zanev in goal, Henry Lawrence.
My camera seems to not be working right now, boys. What happened? No, really, what happened?
Adam May and 26 Harvey Nibbs, with subs 25, the sub goalkeeper Will Mannion no less, and then the outfield sub 14 Wes Houlihan, 17 Lawrence Tolach, 18 Shiloh Tracy, 23 Jack Lancaster, 24 is Sam Sherring, and 27 is Ben Workman.
That's actually weird.
This afternoon, the Dons of course will be in their traditional Azure and gold. Cambridge United in their change strip for this afternoon. Ball immediately played back to Anthony Hartigan.
All right, away we go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so here we go. I'll set up the timer in just a sec. All right, boys. I think we got it this time. I didn't make any mention about the Cambridge players and how I think they'll match up against AFC Wimbledon. Ooh, on the hold up here was Ironside. Yeah, so they got a decent. So they play a 4-2-3-1, and they got a decent 3 actually. They got Sam Smith, who's on the ball right now, left-hand side. He is left-footed. He's gonna whip it in. Pretty easy header there for Nightingale, though. Nobody in particular. Didn't aim for anybody in particular. But Sam Smith, I think... oh, nice flick there from JaggyDons as he allows Ossie Yao to break. 4, 5, 6 touches. Takes it to his left foot. Ossie Yao tries to hit it. Blocked, but no clearance. Shot got blocked, but Cambridge were scrambling to clear it. In the end, one of them got fouled by Alex Woodyard, who went all the way up there. But nicely done there from JaggyDons. On the hold up there. After the clearance there, it was JaggyDons who received it. Actually, no, it was Woodyard who nodded it towards Woodyard, and then, or Rodoni, and then he flicked it back. Anyway, Sam Smith on that right-hand side there for Cambridge. 11 goals, 1 assist on the season. Has a little bit of top-flight experience. No, not Premier League experience, but he's played 1 or 2 seasons in the Championship. I think he comes from the Reading Academy as well.
Sam Smith of Cambridge tussling away, goes beyond both of them, throw into the Dons on this left-hand side.
Yeah, it comes from the Reading Academy. His best season was with Cambridge, 2019-2020, seven goals. But other than that, he averages about 2 goals a season. But now he's had a breakout season with 11 goals. And then you got Nibs on that attacking mid area. He's pretty young, 22 years of age. Very good on the hold-up, actually. So the likes of Hennigan and Nightingale are going to have a bit of a task to try to... I mean, Ironside can also hold it up, too. So both pretty good hold-up players. And then Ironside, of course, coming out of nowhere, really, with 14 goals in the season. Before that, he had, I think, 12 for Cambridge. But before that, he only averaged, like, 2 goals a season, 3 goals a season in the Conference Premier, League 2. And then Brophy on that left-hand side, pretty quick. So got several hold-up players and also players who can whip it in, like Smith and Brophy. So we'll see how we can handle them. Then Digby, center defensive mids, played every single game for Cambridge. They don't have the best defense in the world. I think they've conceded 50-odd goals this season. But we'll see. We'll see how we can put up with them. Anyway, we got a free kick here. I haven't really been paying attention too much to the game. I've just been talking out of my butt. So it's going to be a free kick here for Cambridge on the right-hand side, about 30 yards out. Oof. Header was one there, but nothing doing there. It's going to be a goal kick. I'm eating during the first half this time, guys. Oh, Alfie May on the score sheet. Tottenham 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. There you go, Woodyard. Yes, Woodyard getting stuck in there. Osei holding it up. Okay, I'm going to call him Ossie Yao. Fuck it.
Going to be a throw into Cambridge and over on their left-hand side, pretty much on the halfway line. 5 minutes gone. Dons 0, Cambridge 0. Throwing down the far side for Cambridge. Got it straight back out of play by the Dons. Another throw to Cambridge over on that far side.
I'm a fatty. I know.
You're in tune with us here on radio at WDN via the I Follow Dons, myself, Mike T, and Rob Cornell joining us shortly on multimedia duties. Another throw then down the left-hand side for Cambridge. The ball deflected in towards the centre field for Digby.
Also done by Ossie there.
Aerial challenge there with Smith, and it will break now for Hartigan, who tries to feed it towards the near side, but
Okay, I've been distracted for the first 5 minutes, so I think now, just focus on the game, and we'll be alright.
A few yards inside their own half to be taken by George Williams. As we usher in now for his first vocal salvo of the afternoon and his initial observations on what's taken place on the field so far this afternoon.
Hardigan, nice first time ball there to Cosgrove, but he's offside. A couple headers won by both sides off the throw in, and then all of a sudden you see Anthony Hardigan just pinging one over to Cosgrove.
They signalling his intention there to get into the Cambridge defence really early on and make inroads into the opposition.
That's the kind of thing that Anthony Hardigan can provide. You know, a very good facilitator. Obviously, no George Marshall today. But you got pros and you got cons. I would have liked to see Marsh today, but Hardigan did play well last time out against Cheltenham. Except for the time where he high pressed the keeper all the way up to the keeper for no reason. I don't know. I thought that was a bit dodgy. That kind of led to the first goal there.
The early possession over on that far side now, and in the end, the ball is gone out of play, but it's going to be a free kick to the Dons. Pretty much midway inside their own half. As we shout our very own Mike Flaherty, Mitch, of course, Mitch Norman over there in Israel, Paul, Mark Rideout, of course, joining us in Spain as well. Great used to one and all.
Good ball
free
in
kick
there.
Then from Zanev. Iron forward, Oseyao tussling.
Oseyao holds the ball up now. Cosgrove taking it himself.
To pick up the loose ball, feeds it away towards the far side. Lawrence is after
Tries
it.
to get it outside of Lawrence, but
gets it clear for
tried to dribble around somebody and then it kind of deflected off of him, and he had to like kind of when he tried to lay it off to Lawrence, he had to contort his body to get the pass off. But clearance was made there by Cambridge.
Henry Lawrence to take it. Of course, returns to the side at Cheltenham last Saturday. Throws the ball in for the Dons.
Woodyard has a bit of space here. Opts to switch it over to Brown.
Left hand side. Kept high and forward into the right side of the penalty area.
The ball by Brown.
Looking to latch onto it. In the end, it's a flicked clearance clear out of play on the far side by Harrison Dunn. Another throw into the Dons. Taken by Lawrence into Redoni.
Redoni just stumbles over, gets out muscled after he tried to hold it up off the throw in.
Get the ball clear from pretty much on their own goal line.
That's it, done, Lawrence. Beautiful. Smartly done there by Lawrence. As soon as Jack Redoni lost the ball, he was able to double. Well, he was the one that took the throw in, but he doubled up on the press there and took the ball off. Dunk the outside back of Cambridge into the foul.
Right over towards that far side, a couple of yards in from the far touchline, and
nice to see Henry Lawrence. I mean, honestly, we've been underutilizing him throughout the season.
For Cambridge, and everyone forward for the Dons inside the penalty area, with the exception of Woodyard and Lawrence hanging back slightly. What can the Dons do?
Might as well milk as much as you can out of him before his loan spell ends.
Hartigan over on the far side, full of
yeah, here we go. Harding's gonna whip this one in, yeah.
Going on inside the penalty area at the moment.
Some tussling around the box. The referee had to call it back. Plenty of numbers here from the Cambridge faithful, actually. Pretty good away support. I'd say about 90% of the away seats are filled right now.
Not just the case the referee can just tell them to get on with it, because Cambridge seems to be pretty worked up about something. It's Harrison Dunk and Paul Digby in protracted discussions with the referee.
Looks like a stern talking to, basically. I don't think if he's silly enough to produce a card at this stage. Digby's back up on his feet. I think they just want to get on with it.
Oh, indeed, not as like Lawrence hanging back. Harrison Dunn, another throw into the Dons.
Okay, here we go. I was just rewinding a little bit. Free kick is finally about to be taken in just a second.
Over on the far side. Ossu, Brown, Oseyao and Cosgrove in towards the 6-yard box. Nightingale, Hennigan and Redoni slightly further back towards the edge of the box, looking to make runs in, and still pushing and shoving going on inside the penalty area. Eventually the free kick is taken.
All the way back post. Hennigan knocks it down, clear it away.
6-yard box. Oseyao tries to control it on the edge of the area, but Dunk can touch it away towards that.
Brophy tries to clear his lines, but it was partially whiffed. Cosgrove whips it back in.
By Cosgrove, further on, but
Nightingale commits the foul though off the cross there from Cosgrove.
Cambridge United. So certainly a keenly contested opening 10 minutes so far this afternoon, and that's putting it fairly mildly out there. But again, the Dons and Cambridge both towards the wrong end of the table, but Cambridge with that crucial gap between themselves and the bottom four. So whilst not absolutely mathematically safe, looking to try and set the seal on that maybe this afternoon, but recent form suggests that having a bit of a troubled time of things and haven't scored in the last 4 matches.
Nicely done.
See if the Dons can
Nightingale winning the header. I'll holding the ball up. Yao takes a couple touches to the right.
Mark Garbutt, who's out in a tequila bar in Lanzarote, tuned in at the moment, I believe. And Michael
Still trying to take people on.
as ever over
Forces it all the way back to Hennigan.
Here's Hennigan. 5 yards inside his own half, clipped away towards the near side, but in the end, too much elevation.
Hennigan tried to switch it over to Osu. That was way over.
Osu to keep that one in play. And it's going to be another throw to Cambridge on this near side to be taken by George Williams.
They really haven't been in great form, to be honest, recently, have they, Cambridge? So it's an opportunity for Wimbledon as they're trying to up their game early on here and push on and get this elusive first win of 2022.
Well, indeed, we've been in that situation before where we played teams on a not particularly good run of form, and then we turned out to be the football equivalent of a UN food parcel delivered to them.
Afraid so, that's been the case. But
that's it done. Paul also intercepting that. Oh, they try to switch the play to Smith. Also gets dispossessed though. Now Smith is on the ball here.
Here's Smith now battling away on that far side, on the right hand side.
Boy Woodyard.
Back now with Williams.
Forces the play all the way back.
To Dunk now over on the left hand side. Angles his run in towards the centre circle. Made off now for Adam May. It's by the centre spot. Here's Williams now moving forward on this near side.
AFC Wimbledon with a lot of energy with the high press. As expected, though.
Clips away high towards the far
side. Cambridge tried to switch it over to the outside back Dunk on the other side. It was just a bit too heavy.
On a right to left pass, and Dunk no chance whatsoever. In the end, it skidded off the top of his head. Tried for all he was worth to keep it in play, but that pass astray from Okadina gives a throw in now to the Dons. Here's Hennigan now, midway inside his own half. Touch square now for Brown, launched high and forward. Osu Yao tries to get the flick on above Williams, but in the end, too far ahead of Osu, who was...
I like the off-the-ball movement there from Osu Yao.
Goal kick to Cambridge to be taken.
Was trying to receive that long ball from Brown and went from the center all the way to the left-hand side and tried to win the header. Got there pretty quickly. He's got a bit of pace on him, Derek Osu Yao.
That pass
out there.
Big love also to Helen and Howard out there in the fatherland, Cyprus. A massive
Hennigan winning the head over Ironside.
Fellow country folk, as it were.
There's one by both sides.
Woodyard moving forward from halfway, and indeed seemed to have been unfairly challenged there by the retreating Joe Ironside. So to be folk, as it were. Meantime, here come the Dons with Woodyard moving forward. A massive to my fellow country.
Here it was a little bit quiet, and that didn't help, but certainly on this occasion the Wimbledon fans they're all here this afternoon. You can hear them in the background.
Brown then launches the free kick high and forward. Nightingale challenges for it in the edge of the penalty area. Cleared though by Cambridge as far as Hartigan towards that far side. Here's Hennigan now.
Hennigan holding the ball up on the touchline there.
In the end, it's taken away from him by a combination of Brophy and Harrison Dunk. And then Dunk tries to make his way down the left-hand side, and in the end, Hennigan is deemed to have committed a foul. In fact, I think it may have been James Brophy that was on the receiving end there for Cambridge. So free kick to them. Let's take this one for Cambridge.
Not really much to talk about in these first 15 minutes. So this is going to be completely irrelevant, but I think most of the people that usually come to watch my stream are actually attending the game today. So big ups to the likes of actually Wumblestacker's not watching the game, but Alabama. I don't know if Whale Rider's watching this one. We made a comment on my stream earlier, so I think he might be at home right now.
Certainly an uncompromising one by the looks of it.
But
stopping play to make sure that Adam May is all right.
I forgot his name. There was some the person that yelled, "Oh, Jaggy!" when I was going to the stands. Paul, I think his name was. But he also got a couple others. Graham Falkiar. Don't think I pronounced his last name right.
Maybe luck of the draw, as it were, that Adam May.
Alan Boyce probably at the game right now too.
Communication is key out there this afternoon for Wimbledon. I'm seeing a lot of that from the players as well. talking to each other, organising. They need to do that. Sometimes it's a little bit too quiet out there. And as I said earlier, I think Lee Brown is a key character this afternoon. He's back out there, he's organising. He's very much on his game. He knows what's got to be done here this afternoon. Gave us a very honest, straightforward, straight-talking interview, of course, that we did in the past. And I'm absolutely glad that we did put that out as well. I think that shook a few people up and needed to be said.
Free kick played
Oh, poor first touch there from the centre back after a header towards the centre by Osu. Back to Osu, puts it in.
Comes into the centre. Lawrence was coming in on the far side, but Dunk got there first.
That's a decent ball. Jack Redoni controls it, defended by Brophy.
Trying to shake off Brophy, still Redoni.
Redoni still trying to take him on 1v1. Left to right, to left to right. Hey! Hey! Got brought down, I thought, no?
Looked like it may have been a foul, but the official's happy to let play continue. Ball now floated forward towards Ironside, but Hennigan's there for the Dons and steers it back to Nick Zanev. Immediately releases Hartigan now. Again, tries to clip the ball.
Great ball by Hartigan. But Henry Lawrence doesn't go down the line. Tries to put it to the center, actually, and dispossess.
Redoni short there, and it was intercepted by Cambridge, who played forward again towards Ironside. But I think offside is the adjudication of the assistant on this near side. Free kick down to the Dons.
Afternoon to Nick McJanet, the Missouri Don, tuned in as well out there this afternoon. Good to have you with us.
Free kick fizzed in towards Osei-Yao inside the penalty area, but he was just ushered off the ball there by Lloyd Jones, who steers it out on the far side for a throw in to Wimbledon. That's 10 yards forward from the Cambridge goal line. 17 minutes gone. Still goalless, but the Dons starting to ask some questions. Ball deflected out of play again from the throw-in on the far side. Another throw to the Dons. Again, it's Lawrence who takes it. Nightingale now will score.
Good first touchdown by Woodyard, taking to the center.
Field. Back now for
Brown.
Options up ahead of him. In the end, opts for Osu on this near side. Immediately closed down by Smith. Forced to steer it back into his own half now for Hennigan.
Ooh, Brown's being pressured. Okay, plays back to Zanev.
It goes all the way back to Nick Zanev, but Cambridge doing well to close the Dons down at source.
Good off the ball movement here by AFC Wimbledon. But Nightingale doesn't find either Redoni nor Osei-Yao.
Clipped high and forward again towards the edge of the penalty area. Okadina will clear it, but pretty much steer it.
There you go, Osu.
Osu then leaping for the ball with Williams. Ooh. And then Okadina.
Neither player winning the header there, but Osu challenging pretty well. Ironside was trying to hold it up, but Hennigan wins it over him. It's going to be a key battle there. Ironside versus Hennigan, Ironside versus Nightingale. I think Ironside's pretty strong, so not extremely strong, but strong enough. 1-2 attempt between Henry Lawrence and Hartigan. Hartigan tried to chip it over, but just a little bit too powerful, too high.
Good to see one of the flats above there as well. There's a little bit of Wimbledon colour.
So they kept possession for a while, all for nothing, it seems.
Oh yes, indeed, yes.
On the balcony at last. So the word is spreading to the community. It's getting out and around there. They've got a good view as well from there on the top floor.
Oh, I'm done.
Very much so. So we greet Julian Everett out there in Toulouse and the Brown at Lard over there in sunny Normandy. Goal kick then to Cambridge. Again, Dimitar Misov to take it.
My eyeball keeps freezing up.
The Dons half. Nightingale does well. Outmuscles Ironside. Here's Osei-Yao now down this left-hand side. Shielding the ball well from Williams. Oh, but in the end, allowing space for Smith to.
Osei-Yao was shielding it, and then Sam Smith just kind of comes in from the front and just heals it and dispossesses him.
To be taken again by George Williams. 19 minutes gone at the Cherry Red Record Stadium at Plough Lane. Dons 0, Cambridge 0.
Oh, fuck.
Throw in then from Williams. Forward towards Smith and Ironside. Between them, they flicked it on, but the Dons will intercept now through Brown and clear it high and forward.
Oh, nicely done by Osei-Yao, winning the header. Cosgrove holding it up now. Make the run, Osei-Yao. Corner kick, though. Corner kick.
It's going to be too far ahead of Jack Redoni. But he took a little deflection on the way through.
Osei-Yao winning the header on the hold up there, and then making a run, or spinning out, making a run. Redoni also making a run on the left-hand side. Both of them kind of made similar runs, and the passes made by Osu deflected out for a corner though. Kind of hit the top of the the shin there. So corner kick here for the Dons.
Hartigan then preparing to deliver the
Pretty
corner,
positive
but,
start
the
for
referee is seeing the need
Derek
to try
Oseo.
and, sort out a bit of scrimmaging inside the 6-yard box. Paul Ossu is right on the goal line itself, trying to put pressure on the keeper, Dimitar Mitov, and other players as well. A whole posse of players inside the 6-yard area. Goodness me, there's about 15 or 16 of them altogether from both sides combined. And it comes then from Hartigan, right to the edge of the 6-yard box. So Cambridge that gets it clear, only as far as Woodyard. Now back with the Henry Lawrence.
Henry
making his
Lawrence,
way
okay.
forward from
Takes a
halfway.
few
Still
touches.
Lawrence
Is he going to
trying
hit it?
out, tries his luck with a shot. Oh, and it's
Ooh,
in, grabbed at
okay.
the second attempt there
Keeper
by
bobbled it a little bit. It was a
Mitov.
decent shot, not too much
Good play there
pace,
from
but
Henry Lawrence. Got his,
enough
down,
to
powered forward,
apparently
and in the
trouble
end
the keeper there as he
shooting
tried to collect it at
responsibility
first.
from
It
outside
bobbles
the
it a little
penalty
bit,
area.
but then he
But
ended up collecting it in
not
the end.
in the end too troublesome for Dimitar Mitov to get
Nah, it was
under
just a
control.
controlled bobble. It was one of those things where you intentionally like
The keeper
pat
draws
it
the
down
ball
and
outside
then
the
collect
penalty
it.
area for Cambridge.
Yeah.
Launched iron forward towards the near side. Smith outmanoeuvred by Brown, flicked on them by Rodoni, only as far as Okadina. Now Brophy will steer it towards the far side for Cambridge into Harrison Dunk. Angles his run back in towards centre field, but couldn't quite combine there
Oh,
with
nicely
Harvey
done
Nibs.
there.
Dons have intercepted once again.
Good for such by Woodyard to get it back
There's
out
Hartigan
into
now.
space, off
Midway
pressure.
inside his own half.
And now Henry Lawrence tries to
Lawrence
dribble out
finds
of
it
pressure, but
dispossessed.
unfortunately gets
Brophy
dispossessed.
taking up the running down the left-hand side for
Brophy on the left-hand
Cambridge.
side cuts it back to the
edge of
center.
box now. Here's Digby trying to flick the ball on. Ironside with a bit of ball juggling on the edge of the Dons penalty area. And in the end, it's hoiked high and clear by Hennigan.
Nothing there?
And then,
What?
Cosgrove is deemed to have
They made the
fouled
clearance, and maybe Cosgrove kind of
Okadina
shoved
back
him
towards
aside a little
halfway.
bit, actually,
So it's going to be
looking
a
back
free
at
kick
it.
then to Cambridge and Knowles.
But it wasn't a shove, it was just more of trying to get in
Juggling on the edge
position
of the Dons
off of the
penalty area.
clearance
In the end,
there.
it's hoiked high
He was
and
able to
clear by
out-muscle
Hennigan.
the centre back, Okadina.
Tested encounter so far this afternoon, with pretty much one half of the first half done and dusted. Referee good now, midway inside his own half.
Yeah, anyway, off of that that moment where Henry Lawrence tried to dribble out of the back, he tried to split two defenders, but Ironside just kind of poked it with his left foot. And then
the running down the left-hand side.
Nibs actually initially made a run on the left, but then went to the center and then tried to flick it through towards Ironside, but then it went right to Ironside, and then he tried to flick it back, but cleared it away. I don't know, just kind of bounced around the top of the 18 a little bit. Lack of composure there in the final third there from Cambridge. Anyway, they're going to have a free kick here from about 40 yards out after the foul from Cosgrove.
Adam May is standing over the ball. Again, players lined up about 20 yards from goal from both sides. And it comes now from May towards the far side of the penalty area. Nick Zanev comes way out of his
That's the
6-yard
Dons
box
out.
and commandingly grabs that one just on the edge of the penalty area. And look to try and get the Dons back on their way as soon as possible. But certainly
Taking a long
lively
time
and
to get
entertaining
this out.
stuff so far this afternoon.
6-second
from
rule
both
does
sides.
not
Great
apply.
atmosphere from both sets of fans. Both players going at it hammer and tongs, not always necessarily within the laws of the game either. Such as the real scrap for points at the foot of the League One table. Of course, of much greater use to the Dons at the moment. Cambridge, though, again wanting to put.
So, looks like tickets are not quite sold out.
As soon as possible.
I'd say about 85% of the seats are filled right now.
A few yards inside his own half, turns it back now to Hennigan.
South stand looks about 93%
filled.
filled. A couple of empty seats in the front rows.
On the far side to Wimbledon.
Maybe the first four rows, I'd say.
24 minutes gone then at the Cherry Red Record Stadium. You with myself, Mike
Not
T,
much to
and
talk
the,
about here in this game so far.
Ever dependable and charismatic
Not
Mr. Rob
neither
Cornell
team
here
really
on
having a
Radio
clear-cut chance thus
WDOM.
far.
Henry Lawrence to take a throw then for
Yeah, the
Dons,
first
over on
fixture
far
actually
side.
between these two sides
Pretty much
wasn't the
midway
most
inside
exciting
Cambridge
either.
are thrown in towards Rodoni, but it's taken away from him and cleared high and forward.
That was a game in
May.
which we failed to create, we
Cambridge
failed to
Hennigan
finish
comes
chances,
forward,
I'm pretty sure,
powerfully
right?
in the air above
Anyway,
Smith.
Cosgrove holding it up
Now
here.
it's back with Hartigan, feeds Ossu now on this near side. Up against Williams, still Ossu. Trying to pick the moments of power past his opponent, but in the end
Also
showed
tried
too
to
much of it
beat
to
him for
Williams.
pace, but Williams was well on
Won
that.
the ball back and then made his way towards centre field, and then he's barged to the ground there by Hartigan just after he'd released the ball. And then he's showed too much. Still Ossu got back, won the ball back, and then made his way towards. Again, the Cambridge captain Paul Digby having words with the referee. Again, wasn't involved in that challenge, but Certainly, if he is complaining about the Dons maybe adopting a slightly physical
Where's my
approach in
freaking
the
oh my god.
early stages, certainly can't contend that his own colleagues.
Sorry, I'm trying to
aren't
look for
getting as good
something
as they're
meanwhile
getting,
while play
really.
still
Very hardcore
stopped.
encounter so far. And with 25 minutes gone, still goalless as Dimitar Mitov now will take this free kick from midway inside his own half for Cambridge United. Floats it away towards the edge of the
Wimbledon,
Dons.
cash money,
Nightingale
cash money.
as well.
Nice header there again, won by Nightingale. Nightingale and Hennigan are pretty much winning every header in the defensive third right now.
So,
that's where, of course, Grove, but we're shaking up. We're
Well, I'm
trying
way
to do
behind.
something a little bit
Okay.
different, and that's just
I'm caught up.
where it's got to be in the final third. They're doing all the right things out there, approaching it the right way. But can either of these two new front men get off the mark this afternoon? Afternoon as well to Glyn Roberts, AFC Wimbledon's ladies photographer, of course, of the women's team, keeping him company this afternoon whilst he's working, and to the Red Womble as well, tuned in out in a grey late winter's day out.
Oh, the Red Womble, I know who he is.
here's Ossu now
On
putting
Twitter.
the ball forward for the Dons from inside his penalty area. Okadina, they will get there ahead of Cosgrove. Back
Oh,
now.
Jones tries to head it towards Dunk,
Jones.
but Dunk barely gets it cleared away after the pressure from Cosgrove.
Taken out of the action
What?
there by Cosgrove, who, well, having just had a speaking to from the ref, find himself with
Cosgrove actually committed the foul there on
admonishment
Dunk off
now
the
over on
press.
far side, and indeed the referee reaching for his pocket.
Yellow card
Ossu
there
now
for
taking the ball
Cosgrove.
forward for the Dons from inside his penalty area. Okadina, they will get there ahead of Cosgrove. Back now, and indeed the referee is out, and Sam Cosgrove's already with 27 minutes on the clock. One of the Dons now.
There wasn't much on that. I mean, he didn't get a high boot or anything. He just tried to get in the way and then accidentally runs into the swinging leg of the center back there. There wasn't much on that. I don't know why that was a yellow. Probably because Cosgrove already committed a couple of challenges. So.
Should be taken. Free kick now to Cambridge, and sure enough, Dunk back on his feet and running with no hindrance whatsoever down the left-hand side. What a crazy coincidence that is. Anyway, he releases the ball back now for Brophy over on the far side.
Brophy with the back heel towards Dunk, back to Brophy. Good defending here by Hardigan and Woodyard, though, staying on them the whole time, offside there on Brophy, rather. Oh, I bet on Wimbledon here in Brazil in the crowd. How much you bet? Oh, okay.
Needing to be separated and standing forward towards Cosgrove.
Sam Cosgrove got fouled after the hold-up, and then he got in the face there of Digby. A little bit of a...
To be honest, he was wise to step away from
Neither of them giving a headbutt per se, but they were in each other's faces there.
Scrapping.
It's getting pretty heated right now.
See what kind of an afternoon it's going to be. Wimbledon just got to stick to the game plan and crack on and try and find this opening goal here.
Well, indeed, could that be something potentially that Cambridge are going to look to play upon maybe as the afternoon goes on? Maybe just try and get really close, maybe unreasonably so, to Cosgrove and try and provoke him into some kind of reaction. We shall see. Anyway, long free kick then taken
nice
by
touch there from Rodoni.
Rodoni into Woodyard. Ossu once again down the left-hand side, steered down the line. Cosgrove doing battle with Okadina, who's forced to concede the throw to the Dons on this near side.
I'm liking this two up top so far. It allows Cosgrove to have a little bit of support in Osei, and Osei with some good off-the-ball movement too.
Across into the centre, in towards Lawrence, and in the end it was just cleared away from him by
Woodyard back in.
Woodyard can steer it back into the centre. Oh, and goodness me.
A couple of crosses, one was cleared away, and then second cross was put into the box. Henry Lawrence actually found himself into the box there, winning the header just a few yards wide of the near post.
Steered not that far of the left-hand post, but Dimitar Mitov confident enough that that was off target, and happy to let that one just bounce wide for a goal kick to Cambridge. But again, the Dons just needing to really keep those kind of
money
efforts
shot.
going.
Are you referring to the
attacking impetus that they have?
You were referring to that one time where you were squirting alcohol into people's mouths?
It's, again,
I'm guessing.
Keep up their current form. It should be fairly easy to deal with in terms of their attacking exploits, but of course,
so for context as to what I just said there, Cotonasol, my friend in real life, we went to Mexico, and we were on a kind of a cruise. We weren't on a cruise. We were like on a boat in Puerto Vallarta, and they had alcohol for free on. It was part of a $50 package that we had. Like scuba diving was included, a couple of activities were included, but we were on a boat just cruising down, and there was a game that was played, and she participated in it. It was her versus another person. They had whoever squirted the most alcohol into people's mouths ended up getting like free tequila or something like that. It's pretty fun.
Tempted ball forward, deflects out of play off Ossiao. Throw into Cambridge again on that far side. This time Jones is having words with the assistant. Certainly, though, a very encouraging home debut so far for the Frenchman, Derek Ossiao.
League One is the highest league in which there are games being played right now. Championship and Premier League both currently on break. Taking a look at the games right now, at least.
Yeah, indeed, and of course as well.
0-0 across the board, except for Sheffield Wednesday, Cheltenham 1-1.
As well this afternoon, there is going to be quite a lot on his shoulders too at the moment, having come into the Wimbledon side. And as I've spoken about, since the likes of Piggott and Palmer have moved on, this is where Wimbledon are now in this situation, trying to formulate a working.
Really, not much to talk about. Take a look at the stats. Actually, stats aren't even being shown. Ironside trying to challenge over Ben Hennigan. Ben Hennigan wins it. Sam Smith thought he got brought down, but nothing doing. Cross comes in.
From Williams on this near side. Cambridge all of a sudden applying.
Nicely done there by Lawrence to get on the ball after the flicked header.
On the far side, but the Cambridge man
being pressed by Brophy.
Lawrence tries to.
Yep, let it go out for a goal kick.
Finally, the deflection does favour the Dons, and behind it goes.
Yeah, 3 shots, 1 on target for AFC Wimbledon, 1 shot, 0 on target for Cambridge. And yeah, Cambridge are playing like an away team right now. Every now and then, they play it over to the left-hand side, but then sometimes they're trying to get it up to the likes of Ironside and Nibs to hold it up, but nothing doing.
As Nick Zanev takes another goal kick up towards Cosgrove, gets a flick on. Too far ahead of Ossiao, though, and Williams will just try and shepherd that one behind, and does so. It's another goal kick to Cambridge.
Yeah, it's good to see that. There's a few people joining in, and of course that standing area as well. It's a welcome sight.
Yes, I do remember. Definitely out of context if I didn't explain it.
To take another goal kick for Cambridge. 33 minutes gone. Wimbledon 0, Cambridge 0.
I'm a little tired, boys. A little tired. So, sorry for my lackluster commentary.
Launched forward now by the Cambridge keeper, but unable to keep it in play, and in the end drifts out.
That was a wayward goal kick by the keeper there. Gonna be a throw in from about 40.
Inside the Cambridge half to be taken by Lee Brown.
40 meaning 40 yards out.
Intently on at the action. Brown taking his time with the throw. In the end, throws it down the line. Ossiao looking for it, but Williams gets there first. Smith somewhat slices the clearance forward and allows Woodyard just to intercept for the Dons, and then flicks a nice little pass towards the near side towards Ossiu. Comes under immediate challenge from Digby and from Nibs, throwing against the Dons in towards Rodoni, but between them it's May and Jones who've got it forward for Cambridge. Nibs now will try and flick it forward.
Ironside went all the way out wide to hold it up, but he tried to play it square to Nibs. Tried to play 1-2 actually, but then the return pass was blocked by
again frustrating the Dons side. In the Dons in their attempts to really get a concerted period of possession and attacking play under their belt in this first half. As Williams will take another throw for Cambridge down the right-hand side. Ironside will flick it on towards
Ironside out muscling Lee Brown there.
It's Nightingale who's there for the Dons, but Cambridge will now switch the focal point of the attack towards their left. Brophy will now touch the ball off for Dunk. Cross comes into the centre.
Oh, it's a decent cross. Ironside knocking it back. Ironside once again winning the header there. Well, the first time was not a header, but he wins out over Lee Brown. Danger hasn't passed. Osu gets his head in the way. Nicely done there by Osu as Nibs was trying to run onto that. And commits the foul there on Osu.
35 minutes gone.
Yeah. Hennigan, oh, they switched to a back three now, looks to me like AFC Wimbledon.
So we also note the latest score Accrington 0, Gillingham 0.
Or maybe they already... I think they already played as a back three, but Google had it as a 4.
Down on the edge of the Cambridge penalty. It looked as though it may have been a free kick, but the referee...
Oh, there's Brophy breaking for pace there. Still has a bit of space. Woodyard is on the press, but then the cross is in. Wow, that was close. The ball bounced up, and also actually chested it back to Zanev, but Zanev had to dive for it on that far post.
Here come the Dons now, and it's score. Accrington 0, Gillingham 0.
That was fantastic work initially by Osei to win that header, though. Not intended for Cosgrove, but Cosgrove got brought down. No foul there. I think he went down a little easy, to be fair.
That it wasn't from an opposition player, but certainly a dangerous ball whipped in from the far side there by James Brophy, becoming ever more influential in tandem with Dunk down that left-hand side for Cambridge this afternoon. And in the end, Nick Zanev and Osu between them just about managing to sort out the situation, albeit in a somewhat unconventional and partially heart-in-mouth type of way. Here come Cambridge again from halfway.
Hennigan winning it over Ironside. Nightingale winning another header.
And just to steer it forward into Hartigan. Here's Osu now midway inside his own half. Closed down by Smith. Back it goes now to Brown. Played back into his penalty area. Here's Zanev. Back to Brown.
Brown being pressured on the left. Back to Zanev. Again, gets the clearance off first time.
Keep ball close to their own goal. And in the end, it's Cambridge who've come away with possession and come away with a throw down their right-hand side. It was Brown and Zanev between them, playing the ball backwards and forwards, and with 3 Cambridge players in very close proximity. Not the sort of thing you want to be doing just in front of
off the ball movement there was lacking a little bit from the Dons, so it forced Lee Brown to only have Zanev as an option on 2 occasions.
Seeing the likes of Osei-Yao and
Nice pressure there from Osei-Yao.
More supply to them as well from the midfield. Wimbledon starting to get pushed back into their
Osei-Yao, I like what I'm seeing from him. He's up and down the pitch, you know, he's dropping back sort of as a makeshift center mid to try to help defensively, and then after we recover possession back, he's immediately up and trying to make an off the ball run. And this is a testament to playing 2 up top, but he's moving around the pitch a little bit. You know, he's going out wide a little bit to try to make a run out wide, then going back to the center. You know, if he were playing up top on his own, he would be a little bit more central. But yeah, Osei-Yao, I like what I'm seeing.
Brown will take the free kick up towards the edge of the penalty area. Okadina will clear it only as far as Hartigan. Here's Rodoni now.
Rodoni holding the ball up, nicely done. Gets fouled, but advantage played.
Forward from halfway is Lawrence over on that far side up against
Dunk and Brophy on that right-hand side. He's going to maybe try to take them both on. No, he plays it back over to...
Played back now to Nightingale.
Yeah.
Steered into centre field now for Hartigan. Now Brown takes over. Clipped in towards the right edge of the box. Lawrence is there with a
good first touch by Henry Lawrence to bring it down. Good cross. Good cross.
Cosgrove is in there. Oh, and in the end it was Williams who cleared it for...
It was also Yao who tried to nod it back towards the center, but it got cleared away after the nod back.
Hennigan just inside his own half.
Oh, nice dummy there by Woodyard, getting it all the way to Osei-Yao. Come on, play him. Yes. Cosgrove.
Still Cosgrove. Can he put it back now for Osu inside the area? Let's the shot go. It's
Osu. Yeah, the pass there from Osei-Yao was just a little bit too late. Cosgrove was making that run, and Osei-Yao kind of delayed it. Cosgrove had to hold his run, and then the pass was made a little bit away from goal, so Cosgrove had to try to put it back towards the center to Osu. Shot was blocked.
Going down the right-hand side, steered forward looking for Lawrence. Oh, and then he's pulled the shirt there of Lloyd Jones as he was trying to clear it, and
that was a good play, good run of play there. Switch of the play from Lee Brown. Good first touch there by Lawrence. Second touch brings it out wide. Puts a good cross into Osei-Yao. Cleared away, not fully away. And then Osei-Yao holding the ball up. And he should have played that run much earlier there to Sam Cosgrove. Cosgrove was making the run. He kind of delayed the pass a little bit. Cosgrove had to hold his run a little bit. And then the pass was a little bit too far outside, forcing Cosgrove to try to drive it down the 6-yard box and not drive it, but get it to Osu down the 6. And Osu's shot was blocked, but had that pass been a little more central, I think Cosgrove could have had a shot towards goal there.
Again, as the first half has gone on, just a little bit too worldly wise.
Brophy tries to play Nibs up top. Nibs with the first touch, but that first touch got away from him. Zanev collects.
Zanev though will grab it just ahead of Nibs. And gets the
yeah, I gotta go back live.
Okadina will clear it with a header. as far as May, who helps them towards Ironside, who collapses in a heat there on the basis of a challenge from Ben Hennigan inside the centre circle. The Dons man protesting his case to the referee, but all to no avail. It's another set piece for Cambridge with some 4.5 minutes, I think, remaining of the regulation time in the first half. Dons 0, Cambridge 0. And it's for the most part a frustrating afternoon, increasingly so for the Dons of Cambridge. Have gradually got their feet under the table here in southwest London, but just little
yeah, slowly but surely Cambridge have been working themselves into the game.
Show a bit of attacking craft and guile to try and outwit the Cambridge defence, but still
sorry, I'm trying to hold that thought. But yeah, slowly but surely they're working themselves into the game. You know, the first 20 minutes they were possessing a little bit and then trying to play direct to Ironside, sometimes trying to have nibs on the hold up, but the center back pairing from AFC Wimbledon are playing pretty well right now, and keeping Ironside at bay, keeping Nibs at bay, and sometimes Smith out wide too when he tries to take someone on 1v1. Lee Brown doing a good job, except for the couple of times when Ironside was able to outmuscle him.
Lee Brown there will take a throw for the Dons midway inside his own half.
Yeah, Lee Brown playing as a makeshift center back in a 3-5-2.
With the Cambridge captain Paul Digby, and unfairly so in the eyes of the referee. So free kick
nicely done by Austin
to the Dons. Something approaching a Greco-Roman wrestling between the two of them there. And the adjudication going in favour of Wimbledon. Lee Brown will take the...
I think Rodoni's doing decent too. Like he's playing as a center attacking mid. Hasn't really had an opportunity to play an incisive pass or to create some space for a shot, but he's holding the ball up decently. Usually, it's not his usual role to play as a hold-up man, but he's doing that bit pretty well.
Another throw to the Dons. More or less level with the edge of the Cambridge area. Brown comes forward to take this one as well. Ossiau and Rodoni and Ossiu and Hennigan, Cosgrove and Nightingale currently inside or in or around the Cambridge penalty area. And comes the throw into Rodoni. But couldn't keep possession of the ball. Between them, Smith and Williams managed to get it clear.
Well, Henry Lawrence tries to dribble between two defenders, gets dispossessed once again. Deja vu. Except this was in the final third rather than in our defensive final third, Henry Lawrence. But anyway, Cambridge forced to reset after Wimbledon recovered nicely.
Jibril Okadina moving forward into the centre circle. Here's Lloyd Jones. Now here's Dunk just inside the Dons half on that far side into Brophy. Turns and moves in towards centre field. Laid off now for Adam May.
Okay, so we're not high pressing too much.
Cambridge biding their time.
Trying to make sure that we allow Cambridge to get in our half first before really putting the press on.
Playing it backwards and forwards. Right to left across the back line.
We did overcommit on the press a lot against Cheltenham last time.
Dons half, showing a clean pair of heels to Cosgrove. Flick forward for Dunk into the penalty area. And goodness me, it was an attempted clearance from Nightingale that ricocheted back off Dunk, and in the end forced Sanefa to make a save low down to his right.
Okay, so we have a troll in the chat. I'm not gonna show the chats, but AFC Wimbledon effing retarded dog team better go eat shit. He's just dog team.
In the end,
probably an MK-Dons fan. I wouldn't be surprised.
A low down save in somewhat unorthodox.
Can't even say that. Milton Keynes, sorry.
Moment from Ossiu,
I wouldn't be surprised.
But she had to suddenly get down and save, and then a ricochet off one of the Cambridge players.
We won't go. We won't go into.
It's Hennigan now steering it high and forward for the Dons, only as far as Adam May.
Handball, no?
Only going in
Hello.
With a challenge.
Yep, handball.
And once again, it's the.
Oh, they play quick here. Rodoni.
Quick free kick taken by the Dons. Rodoni.
Yeah, the pass was a little bit poor. He played it. Tried to play it through to Henry Lawrence, but it was too close to the center back.
Alive to that, and wins the ball back for Cambridge. And Dons, well, certainly wasteful in that particular instance of. Alive to that, and wins the ball back for Cambridge. And Dons, well, certainly wasteful in that particular instance of not making the best use of a set piece.
Is that going to be a yellow? Yeah, it's going to be a yellow there.
As one additional minute then is indicated at the end of the first
for
half.
Jack Rodoni. It was a 1-2 attempt between Dunk and I think that was Adam May. And then as Dunk was trying to make the run for the return pass, Jack Rodoni just kind of ran towards him and kind of impeded him there. He knew what he was doing, Jack Rodoni. And he's going to go on the book. So now it's Jack Rodoni and Sam Cosgrove on the book.
Forward it goes now. towards the edge of the Dons penalty area. Ironside is after it, tussling away with Hennigan, and then bounces beyond both of them. Ossie back on defensive duty will try and shield the ball.
Clear it, Ossie.
Turn and try and play it
He
forward,
whiffed
but he's
it.
sliced
Okay.
it out of play.
Throw in
Goes for,
from about. Oh, it's our throw.
throw in
Okay, I got
to
deflected.
Cambridge once again. Last knockings then of the first half. Williams then with what surely will be the last moment of action then in this first half. Everyone back behind the ball for the Dons. And it comes now a long
Ipswich
throw from
1-0 over
Williams into the
Plymouth.
6-yard box.
0-0 Accrington Gillingham.
And as far as Okadina, referee checks the watch.
Cleared
once
away
again.
off the
Loop
yeah.
ball into the
Cross
Dons
cleared
penalty
away.
area.
Cross cleared away.
Cleared
And Falcon.
Nightingale, but I
think that's going to be the half.
Anyway,
I wouldn't be surprised if the referee blew it after this
it's going to be a late free kick.
long
to the
free
Dons.
kick from AFC Wimbledon.
And we're way in excess of the
That
1
was
minute that was added on.
not the most exciting half in the world to watch.
This kick from Nick Zanev.
Definitely a lot
Maybe
of
final bit
midfield
action that we see in
exchanges.
this first half.
And in the final third, not too much confidence nor conviction from either side.
Order goes now from Zanev, and sure enough, that's
Well,
the end of the
maybe
first half.
maybe a
Wimbledon
little bit. I
was
think
down
AFC
the break,
Wimbledon did
plenty to
okay in the
digest
final third.
and analyse and
With Ossie, Ossie Yao, a lot of off-the-ball movement. Did a very good job of getting himself into good areas.
confident and stubborn.
Won a couple of headers. You know, overall, good performance there from the new signing, Ossie Yao. Cosgrove,
in the second half, Rob.
he was there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
didn't
It's a
really
full house
make
here
an
this
impact. He was
afternoon,
there.
but, yeah, it's getting early here towards half
But it's nice to see he has some
of,
support.
opportunities that have gone back
Henry
towards
Lawrence, I
Sané,
gotta say, had a
but,
pretty good half. Well, he did get dispossessed on 2 occasions. One in our final third and one in the other team's final third. But other than that, I think Henry Lawrence did okay. Good first touch. Whipped a couple of good balls into the box. Not too much to talk about, though. We'll leave it off for the second half. I'm not going to dilly-dally too much. See you guys after these short messages.
Got me blinded by the what ifs, times I did miss. Broke the silence, perfect timing. Sun is shining, Sunday morning, a house on the lake, far from LA. I'm not the type you obey. I'm not the one you can take. Yeah, let's get lost in my ways. Take me where your monsters hide. They don't dance, they don't dance in the daylight. Down, you've got me so high. I think it's safe to say I'm scared.
If there's a better way to write your new star, just visit Kazoo and pick out one you love. Cars, thoroughly
It's safe to say I'm
conditions. We show you every detail, so you'll know exactly what you're getting. And every car comes with a 90-day warranty, roadside assistance, and our 7-day money-back guarantee, giving you a whole week to make sure you love it. And if you don't, we'll take it back. Can you buy a quality car that's guaranteed to leave you happy? Kazoo, yeah you can. FIFA 22.
Can you feel my heart break, babe? Been waiting on your call all day. Do you think you can fix this mess? 'Cause it feels like you're fading away. And I know that I haven't been the man you need, but I promise that I will change. Just don't go, 'cause your face is the only thing that gets me out of bed every day. Do we fall into pieces? Or do we get back up again? Just know that I need you, so let me love you one more day. I'm not looking in the rain. 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 Looking in the rain. Can you feel my heart break, babe? Been waiting on your call all day. Do you think we can fix this mess? 'Cause it feels like you're fading away. And I know that I haven't been the man you need. I promise that I will change. Just don't go, 'cause your face is the only thing that gets me out of bed every day. Do we fall into pieces? Or do we get back up again? Just know that I need you. So let me love you one more day. Am I broken in the rain? 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 Am I broken in the rain?
You're like a goddess covered in evergreen. High in the mountains, hoping that I could reach. Far in the distance, I can feel that you know. You're like a goddess buried in beautiful. Oh, oh. How'd you ever get this holy? I think I need someone like you to show me. How'd you ever get this holy? I think I need someone like you. Yeah, heaven knows I've been healing slow. Take me by the hand and show me how to hold a heart like you, holy. So holy, so holy. Take me by the hand and show me how to hold a heart like you, holy. So holy. Yeah, heaven knows I've been healing slow. Take me by the hand and show me how to hold a heart like you, holy. You're like an angel high above over me. Under your halo, I escape heavenly. Far in the distance, I can see that you show. The gates of Eden, basking in everglow. Oh, oh. How'd you ever get this holy? I think I need someone like you to show me. How'd you ever get this holy? I think I need someone like you.
I've been heading down a one-way street, can't turn around. You've been taking every part of me, now you know where to be found. You got me confused, a little off balance. Thought I knew you, but you got bad habits. I only see blue when I'm thinking about you, thinking about you. I'm feeling anxious and slowly breaking. Give you my heart, but you keep my waiting. Searching for answers, no explanation. You make love so complicated. I'm feeling anxious and slowly breaking. Give you my heart, but you keep my waiting. Searching for answers, no explanation. You make love so complicated. You make love so complicated. You make love so complicated. So damn tired of trying to understand why I still believe that what we have was ever meant to last. Guess you made a fool of me. You got me confused, a little off balance. Thought I knew you, but you got bad habits. I only see blue when I'm thinking about you, thinking about you. I'm feeling anxious and slowly breaking. Give you my heart, but you keep my waiting. Searching for answers, no explanation. You make love so complicated. I'm feeling anxious and slowly breaking. Give you my heart, but you keep my waiting. Searching for answers, no explanation. You make love so complicated. I'm slowly breaking. You make love so complicated. I'm only seeing blue. You make love so complicated. Why do I still believe? You make love so complicated. I tried to fight alone. 'Cause sometimes we just don't know that we can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs, whenever our foes can buy. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom, and we won't run tonight. We are a team, castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom, and we won't run tonight. We are a team. We can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs, whenever our foes combine, this time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. must be you and I. It's got me thinking about us more. It's these bright lights, they put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around up and down on that stage. It's your future vibes.
that you move around up and down on that stage as your future vibes. Bright lights, they put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around up and down on that stage as your future vibes.
Alright, boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, aliens. Just kidding. I'm back. So, gonna reset the timer.
Visiting the Dons. Actually been waiting for a replacement linesman.
So, I think Asal should come on. Maybe not ASAP, but I think probably around the 50th, 55th minute, I think would suffice. Should I say he should? Dare I say he should come on for Rodoni? Maybe not yet. We'll see though. Maybe around the 60th minute, I think he should come on for Rudy, or maybe not even Rudy. Maybe for Osu perhaps. But we'll see what happens. Oh, already a chance here for Cambridge. They try to lay it off to Brophy, but instead it goes past Brophy. Oh, that's a goal of the season. Oh my god. Maybe not the goal of the season, but one of the contenders for goal of the season. Wow. They tried to lay it off to Brophy. It went past Brophy. Ironside picked it up. They laid it back off to Adam May, the center defensive mid. He just took a heavy touch towards the right. Bent it with power. Far post. That's such a good goal. Holy shit. Zanev got fingertips to it, but it bounced off the post.
Cambridge have taken the lead within Nick Zanev, who got
What led to the build-up, though? I want to see that, because I missed it. It was Anthony Hardigan that tried to go for a header, bounced off the side of his head, and it fell straight to the feet of Ironside. And then Nibs was on the ball, tried to lay it off, went past him, went to Ironside, laid it off. Oh my god. There's, I mean, aside from the whiffed header there from Anthony Hardigan, not much AFC Wimbledon could have done there. That's just picturesque right there from Adam May. Holy shit, the woes continue, boys.
Saw Zanev fractioning off his line, went for the top right-hand corner.
Not much Zanev could have done there.
That was enough of an encouragement.
That was as good of a goal as you possibly can get from that range.
And, well, what can you
Wow.
say?
Unreal.
On an afternoon when a win is of paramount importance to the Dons.
Oh my lord. Yeah, we have a game in hand against all the relegation teams, and so far we are squandering that opportunity.
Adam May looking up, pulling the trigger, and hitting the jackpot for Cambridge.
Yeah, we're wary of
Cambridge don't even deserve to be 1-0 up right now, man. Should still be 0-0. That's such a good goal, though. Fuck.
And Wimbledon need to regroup very quickly here now because
it's all about how they respond to the goal. We'll see how they respond, because a lot of the times they drop their heads. So we'll see how they do here. They try to switch the play. Henry Lawrence wins the header. On the hold-up is Cosgrove, wins the header, nicely done, nods it down. Not a very good ball from Hartigan as he tried to switch it to Lawrence. Too close to the centre back.
Once again down the left-hand side, steered high and forward into the Dons half, but it's going to bounce beyond everybody. And Sepp now Brophy. Back to May.
Why? I follow just decides to rewind for no reason.
But it's going to bounce beyond everybody. And Nick Zanev allows it to run behind for a goal kick to the Dons. Well, that's a shattering blow to the Dons, isn't it, really?
It is. It really is.
Cambridge fans, again, over in that cherry red records end, a sea of jubilation and felicitation for the Dons, desperation and desolation. And again, similar to the opening goal for Lincoln here.
We're really in it. We are really in the shitter right now. Unfucking believable.
Just not a strong enough hand, I don't think, to divert it.
England versus Switzerland. Yeah, 10:30. It's just a friendly though.
One way you would certainly contend it was a.
Italy got eliminated by North Macedonia. Can't believe it, dude.
You don't blame keepers. I think you congratulate the scorer in that situation. But again,
they had so many chances that game, England or Italy. What am I saying? They just couldn't put them away. You know? Immobile was fucking woeful. Insigne also kind of lacked a little bit of confidence in the final third.
And in the end, that was the root cause of it. Not getting the ball clear.
Header away by Cambridge, not fully away. It was all the way to the outside back, but he gets it clear.
It's going to be more addressed as a collective, I think. Particularly if it does stay like
I love Cambridge now. Well.
Anyway, it's back with Nick Zanev now.
It is what it is.
Coming up for 5 minutes gone in the second half.
Again, it's fallen quiet around the stadium again here now. This is when the fans need to pick themselves up here again.
Yeah.
Start getting behind the team here. It's all the
Come on.
making the noise at the moment.
Header won by Rodoni there, but
Clearance from Zanev then flicked on, but cleared by
what's his name? Okay, Nita.
Latch onto a pass from Rodoni. Cosgrove then tries to flick it on. Rodoni once again, we're trying to bring it under control. Cleared by Cambridge. Hennigan though will win it above Ironside. Now here goes Nightingale on this right hand side for the Dons. Immediately comes under challenge from Harvey Nibbs. Another throw in then to the Dons. Henry Lawrence to take it pretty much on the halfway line. And at the moment, whereas it was levels you devils in the vocal stakes in the first half, Cambridge.
Oh, Nibbs putting the pressure on Henry Lawrence there. Oh, Ironside gets in his way, actually. Nibbs was about to put himself into space. They give it away. What was that for a pass, though? It was a freaking square ball. Or not a square ball, it was a through ball intended to play square to Osu, but that was too far forward. And Williams gets in the sliding challenge, bounces off of Osu. Just lack of quality with these passes. There have been a couple of times AFC Wimbledon where they try to play a through ball to the outside back or the outside mid, and it's just too far forward and too close to the center backs. Ironside gets dispossessed here by Ben Hennigan, though. Hennigan's kept him quiet the whole game. And here we go. Can we create something out of this one? Lee Brown, quick throw. Good first touch by Rodoni with his chest. Gets the cross off his block. Nicely done. Here we go. Here we go.
Deflects high and behind. It's a corner now to the Dons from their left-hand side. And Hartigan, well, with the increased haste to try and get across and deliver this one into the centre as soon as possible. Dons needing to send the big guns forward. Everyone back for Cambridge. Would you believe it? No goal for over 6 hours of play, and sure enough, welcome to Wimbledon.
6 hours of play. God damn.
Hartigan though lining up this corner. And it comes now. Players going for it on the edge.
Decent ball. Nobody wins the header. Nightingale tries to poke it. Nobody won the header, and it just bounced not perfectly to Nightingale, because I think that was Digby who was shielding it, allowing the keeper to collect, but Nightingale was trying to poke it through. Nothing doing there. That was a good ball, top of the 6, but kind of just dipped really fast last second. Nobody was able to get their head on that.
Ball launched high and forward then by Mitov.
Brophy plays it to the top of the box. Ironside tries to take a couple touches, dispossessed, but Nibs, yeah.
Williams takes up the running towards the far side for Cambridge. Left-footed across, comes into the edge of the 6-yard box. Nightingale helped on.
Oh, not the best clear header clearance away by Nightingale. Blocked shot there by Nibs. Nightingale tried to clear it away, but didn't get it through enough. Brophy first time square ball, top of the 18 to Nibs. Nibs shot blocked.
And now Redoni comes forward for the Dons down the left-hand side.
On the overlap is also play him. There you go. A little bit too late there, as Williams was already in position. Redoni took about 2 seconds to play Osu in the overlap there. Or about 3 seconds actually.
And so many attacking situations. Redoni comes forward for the Dons down the left-hand side. He's got Osu up ahead of him. Being nipped in the bud, but
yeah, Osu was like, come on, play me earlier.
Brilliant that Cambridge are doing by way of defense.
Yeah, I think we should see a double sub, man. We should see Chislett for Rudy and a Sal for Osu. I think we should see this double substitution right now.
As the frustration again starts to creep in once more, as Cambridge once more on the brink of.
Or honestly, Mabude could be a decent option too. Maybe bring Mabude on for Cosgrove. We're not really playing Cosgrove that much on the direct play. Cosgrove's just kind of standing there. Not standing there, but he's just not. We're not making use of him right now. Hennigan, what was that? I'm going to rewind 10 seconds just to recap what just happened. So a cross came in. Hennigan tried to dive all the way down to head it instead of, I don't know, hoofing the ball clear. And the header was straight up in the air. It allowed Ironside to hold the ball up and lay it off for Nibs, who put the cross in back post to Smith. Just clear your lines, Hennigan. Freaking put your boot through that. Come on.
Not that we're complaining that he got it off target, of course, but again, if he'd maybe.
I think Shelley is actually a bot. They were saying stuff like, come on, Wimbledon. Now they're saying, MK Dons, come March Town Party. I don't even know. What the fuck? Should I remove what? Okay, I'm gonna put him on timeout.
It's Harrison Dunk.
8,463 in here this afternoon. 1,200 supporters joining us from Cambridge United as Wimbledon playing.
Okay. Alright, timeout. Another 300 seconds.
So indeed, I think it must be one of the highest crowds of the season, I think, Rob.
I'll make neither of you mods. Because all you're gonna say, Alison, is Raiders are better. Raiders are better. And then Kodo. No, I'm just kidding. I'll make you mod. Well, I can't. Oh, I can.
Sadly, the modern day Dons side not embroidering it with some history of their own at the moment.
Well, the under-18s did at half-time, picking up some splendid silverware and medals for their
clearance. A little bit of a tussle there between Nightingale and Ironside.
Well, the under-18s did at half-time, picking up some splendid silverware and medals for their achievements.
I think that might have been a foul. Yeah, it was a foul on Nightingale. Ironside just got the better of him for pace. Nightingale just pretty much just brought him down. That's got to be a yellow, surely, for Will Nightingale, no?
All the noise coming from the Cambridge. 56 minutes gone then. Nesta Guinness-Walker, imminent.
Maybe Ironside went down a little. I think there was a little bit of a give and take there. I think Nightingale did enough, just enough for a foul there, but Ironside did go down after the contact.
Standing over the ball.
So it's going to be a free kick here for Cambridge.
Only Paul Ossius,
okay. On the left-hand side here, 18 yards out in respect to the horizontal latitude / longitude of the pitch.
In white, amber and black for Cambridge in the centre. And he comes now from May, floating in towards the far edge of the 6-yard.
Header away there by Hennigan. There's more of a flick header there.
Launches it high and forward down the line. Okadina will steer it back forward for Cambridge, but now Woodyard will take
Yeah, Woodyard straight on that one.
Run straight into Brophy.
Nightingale tried to be, or sorry, Lawrence just tried. Lawrence tried to be too cute and yeah, flick it onto Rodoni, overlap, but
Lawrence now over on that far side and Rodoni
wayward pass there.
Between them, it's gone out of play. Another throw for Wimbledon, but not before
Nesta?
And it is going to be Paul Ossu.
Nesta?
Yeah, it looks
I mean,
like
to be fair, I think Nesta has been well. When he has played like against Sunderland, 1 or 2 games before that, he's played decent on the attacking end of things. So yeah, like for like, I guess, Nesta Guinness Walker for Paul Ossu, but I'm surprised we're not bringing on Asal. But hopefully Nesta can provide some magic, because he did play fantastic against Sunderland, but that's the last time we saw him. So.
Nesta Guinness Walker showed plenty of attacking enterprise last Saturday at Cambridge when returning to the side.
On the hold up here's Cosgrove. I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to be. Cosgrove. Tried to play it over to Henry Lawrence and just chipped it over. I don't know what that was about. And now Gillingham are 1-0 up against Accrington. So, yeah, boys, we're in the shit. We're in the shit right now. Fuck. God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Allison. I said it's frustrating, okay? AFC Wimbledon are not playing the best, and then, of course, the team just above them in the relegation zone are now currently winning, and so that'll put them even further out of the relegation zone. Oh, man. She whimpered in fear that I was going to time her out. I mean, she's your sister, man. You gotta treat her with some respect. I know siblings like to fight and bicker, but in the end, you gotta treat them with respect.
There may not be enough kind of leaders out there, if you like, to try and implement a plan B, stroke C, stroke D, whatever. I don't know. I mean, you know, you've got Brown, you've got as well. There's a few others experienced. Head Cosgrove's got a bit. I gotta
make sure I don't make too many outbursts, but
then they've got to take it on themselves.
Come on, bring on Mabude for Cosgrove, man. He's freaking useless.
Once again, Cosgrove chases the ball.
Absolutely useless.
Woodyard out there as well. There's a few others experienced. Head Cosgrove's got a bit of experience as well. You know, Mark Robinson and Rob Tuvey can only do so much once you get.
Yeah, it was a ball over the top intended for Cosgrove, and his first touch with his chest just kind of took him way, way, way away from him.
I think we can exonerate Mr. and Mrs. Smith from blame for that one.
Absolutely.
Greetings to you both. As Guinness Walker now takes up the running for the Dons and moves nicely forward up towards halfway.
I think the quality of passes has been terrible. I think that's what we need to work on. It's just not every time. A lot of times we're in the final third, we try to play someone through on the outside, and then it just gets intercepted, or I don't know. We just lose the ball in the midfield and
trying to move forwards. Guinness Walker away on that left-hand side, but instead it's a square pass into Brown.
Brown's going to try to chip it over. Good first touch there by Woodyard. Nesta, take it yourself, man. Cross comes in. On the hold-up, here's Osei. Oh, Cosgrove! Oh, my God, Cosgrove! Take him off, man. That was a decent ball into Osei, who tried to hold it up, and then Osei just kind of nods it towards the top of the 18 to Rodoni. Rodoni flicks it on to Cosgrove. Cosgrove holds it up. Good first touch to take him to his left foot. But then he skies it, man. That's a good 5 yards over the bar from about 12 yards out. That was good work there by Osei. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing from Osei. Not only is he quick, but he's decent on the hold-up there. He was able to shrug off. I'm not entirely sure who that was. I think that's Jones?
Again, Pomo football, if you like, from the old days. Need to be doing
he was able to shrug him off.
Just getting the ball in amongst the Cambridge defenders.
And then Rodoni got a flick on there to Cosgrove. Cosgrove, good first touch to take him to his left, but then skies it. Oh my God, Cosgrove, man. Where's the Aberdeen Cosgrove? We're just seeing just hot garbage EFL League One. Sam Cosgrove.
Just to ward off for Ironside and just let that one trickle behind for a goal kick. To be taken by Nick Zanev. Forward it goes now. For
It's all about Fleetwood now. It's all about how Fleetwood do. If Gillingham get the win today, I mean, they're not safe from the drop, but that certainly puts them in a good, better position. Oh man, and Fleetwood, honestly, I think Fleetwood are going to stay up by the skin of their teeth. So I really thought the Gills would get them relegated, but if the Gills stay up, I think AFC Wimbledon get relegated over Fleetwood. It really sucks, man. Anyway, Dunk is able to turn away from pressure. Brophy is played in now, and now it's a through ball there to Nibs. The foul committed there. Oh, is it going to be a double yellow? No way. Oh, he wasn't even on the book. Okay, he wasn't on the book. I thought he was, Will Nightingale. Oh my god. Why, Henry Lawrence, why are you putting the press on that situation? Rodoni's already pressing Dunk. He's got nowhere to go. And then Dunk just played it through to Brophy after the high press there from... High press from Henry Lawrence is a through ball played to Brophy, and then Brophy played a through ball to Nibs after the pressure there from Nightingale. Nightingale tried to recover, but kind of tangled legs there between him and Nibs. Sometimes we high press when it's not necessary, and it comes to bite us in the ass.
Everything going Cambridge's way. And potentially, well, seminal half an hour needed from Ayuba Sal when he comes onto the field, of course, fresh from the England call-up.
Now it's going to be a free kick here. Very dangerous position for Cambridge. It's going to be whipped in. Oh, that was a really dangerous ball back post, thankfully. Come on, Cosgrove, clear your lines. Tried to clear the... it was a header away by Hennigan. Tried to head it away once again, Cosgrove, but missed the first one entirely. And then the second time he just took it out and cleared it.
That's going to go out on the far side.
Fucking useless, Cosgrove.
For another throw into Cambridge. George Williams then to take it. Pretty much level with the edge of the Dons at penalty area. More or less 10 or so yards from the Dons goal.
I'm watching it on iFollow. Well, I'm sure you're familiar with iFollow, but if you're not from the UK, you can actually buy a season pass, and you can watch every game, regardless of whether it's home or away.
But again, defending for the Dons to do.
But if you live in the UK, obviously they incentivize actually buying tickets to see the games in person, because they don't have every game on the live stream.
And it comes now from Williams. Jones tries to flick it on, deflects away off Guinness Walker. Ball then steered forward by Lawrence from the edge of the penalty area, but no one there for the Dons. It's going to be Dunk who'll hoist it high and straight back forward to the edge of the box. Brown will clear it only as far as Smith, but Rodoni does well, gets a foot in and steers it back to Guinness Walker. Now Woodyard trying to...
Woodyard just a little too casual on the ball there, took a couple of touches, got dispossessed by Nibs.
Now May will steer it forward towards the far side. Here's Sam Smith.
Hey, still couldn't dispossess Smith.
Then Nibs tries to step in, but Guinness Walker will come away with it for Wimbledon. Woodyard now down that far side.
Rodoni.
Battling away for the ball, and in the end couldn't quite do so, and invited the challenge on him by Smith, I think it was, but did enough to earn the throw in for the Dons. And now we will see the
I think it's a bot.
It's Derek Ossiao who's making his way off the field, and it's Ayub Assal.
Yeah, I think Shelley Cumbridge is a bit of a bot there. All right, so here we go. Ayub Assal coming in for Derek Osei. Don't wait. Osei, why are we bringing him up? Cosgrove's been useless. Why are we taking Osei off? Oh, okay, so now who are we gonna play up top now? We're switching formations. I think we're playing. Are we putting Cosgrove up top on his own now? There's no way, unless I think Assal might be playing up top. Even so, regardless, I mean, either way, it's kind of a lose-lose situation, because Assal's not really a striker. Although he has played striker on 2 or 3 occasions this season, and I think he looked good against Doncaster in the first game of the season, but that was the first game of the season. That was way long ago. Okay, we'll see. I'll see how the formation looks. Anyway, ball whipped in from Hartigan. Cleared away. Yeah, Guinness Walker's first touch was kind of poor. Smith is going to take a few touches. Nicely done there from Henry Lawrence to get him the tackle. The switch over to Rodoni. Again, poor. Good 5 yards away from Rodoni. Play to Rodoni. A lot of the passes are just too close to the center backs, too close to the outside backs when we try to switch the play. And then, what the fuck was that, Nightingale? Or no, that was Hennigan.
And in the end, it's just floated high and forward and out of play on the far side, and another needlessly.
We are far too wasteful in possession right now. Every time we try to switch the play, it's always over the head. Every time we try to play it on the ground to one of the outside mids, it's always 4 yards, 5 yards away and too close to the outside back.
The communication all of a sudden is poor, the confidence is low. They need an injection.
Sal.
They need to pick this game up.
It's 2-0 Gillingham. You got to be kidding.
Particularly great form itself as well. The crowd is here. They need to get on this.
Yeah, the crowd's been quiet, man. It's as if they already have a sense of impeding doom. Like they already kind of know that shit's gonna hit the fan. They already know that it's just gonna be fruitless efforts.
Creeping in now for the Dons once more, even more if that was possible, as Okadina now finds Williams towards the far side. Sidesteps Guinness Walker back into the centre circle for Digby. Now here's Jones. Here's Brophy now down the left-hand side. Dunk on his bike just outside.
Oh, Brophy splits two defenders. Henry Lawrence is too high again, man. What is he doing? Oh, header back post. It was actually nodded towards. It was a cross back post. It was nodded back in, but it seemed to me like it was a far post header, not a nod, and it was cleared off the line.
Is that Wes Houlihan coming on as well now?
Wes Houlihan? Really? Oh. He used to play for Norwich for a while, back in the Premier League. He's going to be coming on for Cambridge. Oh, switch the play. Zanev. Yeah, again, okay, so about a minute ago I wanted to reiterate that Henry Lawrence just let Rodoni press. He tried to double up on it. It's good to double up on the press when the player is, you know, has his back towards goal on the wing. But there's just been multiple instances where Henry Lawrence just overcommits a little bit too much and gets beat with a through ball behind him. Through ball into Ayuba Sal. He was off.
Offside is the verdict. As Wes Houlihan will now come on to replace Sam Smith.
Wes Houlihan. Never thought I'd hear that name in League One.
This afternoon, and particularly 13th birthday to.
Well, he is what, 38 years old? I want to say. He's pretty old. He's been around the block.
You guys do. And always continue to do the club proud, and the community, of course.
Bit of treatment going on here on the touchline for Will Nightingale.
And it's going to be Sam Smith coming off.
Area as well. It maybe looks like a cut to Will's knee.
Who's making was able to intercept high towards.
I'm just looking at something. I'm rewinding.
Here, possible as Smith, I think, was closing in. And here he is.
Now I'm just looking back at something. Don't mind me, guys.
Back into the centre circle for Digby. Now here's Jones. Here's Brophy now down the left-hand side. Dunk on his bike just outside him. And here he is now.
His leg dangled over, if you like, over the touchline there. So we're down to 10 men at the moment. Maynard trying to get Will Nightingale back into the game here. We're still down to 10 men. Finally he's allowed back on.
Fuck. And when he comes back on, it's a little bit too late as they play a 1-2 around Henry Lawrence. Nightingale was trying to recover as fast as he could, but it was an easy 1-2 played between Brophy and May. May put the cross in with his left foot, cleared away for a corner kick for Cambridge. Cambridge fans making their voices heard. Oh my lord. Okay.
It's the goal scorer Adam May once again, who's been in charge of pretty much all of the set pieces this afternoon for Cambridge. Not to mention grab the only goal, who's going to try and deliver this one from the left-hand side. Low in towards
Near
the
post, easily cleared away, but back to Brophy on the left.
Brophy tries to get the better of Lawrence on the near side.
Oh.
Brophy gets past Lawrence. Guinness Walker
Get in the challenge. There you go, Guinness Walker. He beats Henry. Okay, I'm rewinding a little bit. I'm a bit behind.
Tries to get the better of Lawrence on the near side.
Yeah, Lawrence just tried to commit to the challenge and got beat pretty easily. Yeah, nicely done by Nesta.
Chance maybe for a Sal to try and break forward from deep inside his own half. Doesn't quite manage that, but he's steered it back to Woodyard, lofted forward to Hartigan.
Hartigan drops the
towards halfway. Rodoni battling away with Ocadina. It's going to break for Guinness Walker now, moving into the Cambridge half on this near side. Put it on the outside now for Asal.
Asal on the overlap is Nesta against Walker. Play him, come on. Instead he plays Henry Lawrence on the other, on the right side of that fork.
On the outside of Dunk, attempted cross comes in, loops up into the air, and it's cleared by Jones. Now Brophy will feed Dunk once again. Doesn't clear it very far. It deflects back off Lawrence.
Oh, nice press there by
Asal puts in a challenge.
Asal. Yeah, Asal's all over the place. He's putting in that high press.
Feeds Nightingale. Here's Hartigan now. Don's fans starting to find their voices once again, but it's
Hartigan.
out of pure desperation. You sense as another keep that one in play.
Yeah, he tried to get it over to Henry Lawrence, but it was a good 6 yards as Henry Lawrence is hogging the line. It was 6 yards wide of him and way out for a throw.
Some people have got to step up.
God damn.
The communication's got to be better. The delivery's got to be better.
Yeah, the communication has not been there. Like, there have been times where players have made the overlap and they haven't been played. Nesta against Walker was making an overlap and Rodoni didn't play him centrally. Instead, he played it out wide to Henry Lawrence.
Brown though will steer it forward for Hartigan. Here's Guinness Walker in centre field. Woodyard tries to get the Dons away on the left.
Woodyard tried to chip it over to nobody, really.
Walker and Brown as Ocadina clears it, and as far as Hartigan. Guinness Walker once again.
All right, good possession here from the Dons now. Hey! Cosgrove got fouled, top of the 18. Here we go. There we go. That was a good spell. Good knocking around there and confidence there in the final third. Nice incisive pass there from Woodyard to... I was going to say, Cosgrove could have taken a touch to set himself up, but he got fouled. So.
This is really prime territory here for a really good attempt on goal.
Come on. This is prime time right here. Hartigan can easily, or maybe even Rodoni actually. I don't know who's going to take this one. Or Brown could actually take this one. He had a similar chance against Lincoln where he drove it to the top corner. Not right at the top corner, but he tried to drive it with power and keep it palmed it over. But pretty much the same spot.
Rodoni and Brown and Hartigan in closest proximity to this one, and in Hartigan takes over the spotting up of the ball.
At least work the keeper here. Come on, get it on target.
Cambridge have assembled, blimey, a good 5-6 man wall there to try and repel this one.
Ah, sorry.
Everything seemingly in order as we wait now for the free kick to be taken. Brown steps up.
Brown hits the wall.
Away. Hartigan will try and retrieve it from the far side.
It's disappointing.
Very disappointing. Wes Houlihan is pressing extremely hard, forcing the boot upfield.
Williams is there. Runs it forward for Nibs.
Our ball, yeah. Nice press there by Lee Brown.
It's going to be a throw in to the Dons, but Dapo Mabude is now imminent and is about to.
It's about time Mabude comes on. Who's he coming on for? Cosgrove? Rodoni? Rodoni hasn't been too impactful, but
around the far perimeter of the field.
Yeah.
Where he is at the moment. That's a good round of applause from the Dons fans, but even they.
Surely you got to put Mabude up top now and have Asal maybe play a cam.
The Dons at the moment trailing 1-0 to Cambridge here this afternoon. Gillingham 2-0 up at Accrington, would you believe? As Brown takes the
nice first touch there by Sal. Heavy touch, too heavy. Out for a goal kick.
Goes past a couple of Cambridge players, but in the end overruns the ball. And that's going to be a goal kick. Brown takes the throw for the Dons. To be taken by Dimitar Mitov.
Dimitar Mitov, the goalkeeper.
76.5 minutes gone then.
Oh, so Fleetwood have a game in hand over us after this result will be played. Yeah, that's not good now, is it? Well, Gillingham, yeah, we'll still have a game in hand against Gillingham, but they're going to be 4 points ahead of us if the results remain the same. Which they should, I feel, because 2-0 up. If you're Gillingham, yeah, they're 2-0 up. And then we're not really going to get anything out of this one now, are we? Cosgrove, touch over Rhino, keeps it in, though, somehow.
Play back now to Guinness Walker, first time into Brown.
Come on, make the overlap, Asal. Yep, to Asal now. Back to Guinness. That's good confident play there.
It's a corner to the Dons as some of the Cambridge players look across the assistant on the near side for some decision or other. But
Asal's been positive. Asal's been extremely positive so far. Except for that one time where he took a heavy touch out for a goal kick, but other than that, I think he's been all right.
From this corner, Hartigan again full of hand signals. How expertly can he deliver this particular set piece? Plenty of movement inside the penalty area. Woodyard and Lawrence holding slightly back, but everybody else forward. And it comes in from Hartigan right into the heart of the 6-yard box.
Palmed away a little bit too close there, or punched away by the keeper.
Who did well through a crowd of players.
Oh, nicely done by Henry Lawrence. Fakes his defender out.
Is Mabude on the near side. Attempted cross comes in. It loops high and looks like it's going to go behind.
Corner kick.
And indeed it does, off a combination of Brophy and Jones. It's now a corner from the right-hand side for the Dons.
You need an opinion? Okay, I'll give you an opinion.
Guinness Walker inside the penalty area. Hennigan forward. Nightingale forward. Mabude right in the 6-yard box. Asal taking up a position right next to the goalkeeper. The opportunity is there for the Dons. What can they do with it? Needs some end product, and it comes again from Hartigan towards the near post.
That was a poor one.
Goodness me.
Keeper got fouled anyway, apparently, but yeah, that was a poor cross there from Hartigan. Just straight to the near post. Sheffield Wednesday 4-1 up against Cheltenham. I did say, as of December 2021, that Sheffield Wednesday were going to get promoted from the playoff spots. I had Rotherham and Wigan getting promoted from the top 2 positions. And Sheffield Wednesday just getting result after result. And Sunderland fans around the world are fuming right now at this result.
So Mitov then with another goal kick for Cambridge. Ironside wins the tussle with Nightingale to flick it on down this near side. Houlihan tries to help it on for Nibs, but it's Hennigan who gets there first, and the deflection comes off Nibs. So it's another throw in then to the Dons. About 10.5 minutes to go of the regulation time. Lawrence with a throw down the line. Goes towards Cosgrove and Mabude, but it's May who'll steer it high and back forward. Now
Nightingale back there.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
I was going to say, there's a ball over the top there, and Ironside just gets the better of Nightingale in the physicality there. But, oh yeah, he tugs his shirt. Yeah, that's a foul. He did tug his shirt a little bit. So that was how he was able to get a lot of leverage over Nightingale there.
Of course, the slight delay due to a replacement needed for one of the
I can't tell you that for sure because I don't know how truthful that is, but
Cambridge,
I'd like to hear from Alondra first. Let me hear her side of the story, and then I'll make a judgment. I'll be the judge.
Second half with a fine effort from Adam May that Nick Zanev couldn't keep out, and that's what separates the sides at the moment. As indeed it's Shiloh Tracy who's due to come on for Cambridge, who featured in the corresponding fixture back at the end of October for Cambridge. Meantime, here's Lawrence for the Dons. Woodyard always twisting and turning, looking to try and
nice first touch there by Mabude. Who's that return pass to? Hey! The ball's already going out. Okay. Didn't seem like there was anything. Didn't seem like there was anything on that. Mabude was out wide. He played a first-time ball over to Hartigan. Hartigan tried to play him back through. Just a little bit too heavy in the end, but Mabude, yeah, I think he went down a little easy. Mabude just got in front of Dunk there and just went down. Dunk was trying to run onto the ball. Yeah, I think Mabude just put himself in a position for the contact to be made there. Yeah, nothing on that one, nothing on that one. That was a good play initially, though, from AFC Wimbledon. Good knocking the ball around there.
Woodyard always twisting and turning, looking to try and find space. Here's Hartigan now. Oh, and in the end he tried to...
Yeah, no. Nah. Nothing on that, unfortunately.
Time, of course, I imagine there'll be a few minutes of that. There usually is. But the Dons really in desperate need of a spark of inspiration from somewhere. They've had the opportunities to do it from set pieces. They've had a few free kicks. They've had plenty of corners. But just unable to work the oracle inside the penalty area against a really strong and determined Cambridge backline.
Yeah. The verdict is made, Ellison. She needs to pay rent. So I guess for now, unfortunately, she'll give you Robux in a couple months maybe.
Digby though will outmuscle Sal and steer it back forward. Only as far as Brown though for the Dons. Just inside his own half. Feeds Guinness walk around.
Ah, my God, Guinness. First touch was poor.
Chooses the vital moment to just take his eye off
the
ball
just
and let it trickle out of play over on the far side.
Took his eye off the ball and out for a throw-in. Yeah, we're not getting anything out of this, are we? I don't think anything is in the cards today. When is it ever in the cards?
Steered straight back down the line. Williams will just let it trickle out of play once again and take another throw in for Cambridge. Wimbledon 0, Cambridge 1. Repeat of the scoreline back on the 30th of October at the Abbey Stadium. As, Williams takes another throw down the line. Ironside flicks it on. Tracy was after it, but cleared high and forward by Hennigan. And again, no one there to latch onto it or hold it up inside the Cambridge half.
Just want to go back to bed. Holy shit. Sorry, apologies for the language.
For Cambridge, and at the moment the Dons,
Holy
despite being only a single goal in arrears, Rob, which again keeps Cambridge within touching distance, it's just they're really not laying anything like an effective glove on them at the moment.
It's just, I don't know, in terms of the character out there at the moment, it's kind of flat, isn't it, really? You need somebody to pick them up here and really drive them on in the time that's left in this game. It's a sense of direction, some communication. It's drifting away from them over a large period of this second half, isn't it?
Why is AFC Wimbledon's first instinct just to kick it up? Come on. Lee Brown just ended up hoofing it first time upfield for no reason. Cosgrove is, I mean, he's down, but I was going to say Cosgrove's not going to win every single header, even though he's tall as fuck, because he's a freaking statue. Not very agile, unfortunately. He is down, though. I think he might have gotten hit in the head somehow. I did. Yes, I did say crap. I was trying not to say the S word, but I accidentally did. Anyway.
When you've got the amount of time left in this game, you played as you had 30 seconds.
I am not a very good influence, I'm sorry.
You've got to take some responsibility out there. You have to. And there are players out there. I know we talk about it being a young side as well, but there's some experience out there too. They've got to lift this team.
Accrington won. Oh, okay. They scored a goal in the 91st minute. Woohoo! Yay! I don't think anything's going to come of that anyway, but
you know, it's just it has to come from within them. They have to lift themselves, particularly the amount of time left in the game to do something about it.
Indeed, because of course it was, as I said, 30 seconds into the second half that Cambridge got the goal, and as you say, plenty of time to try and do something about it. And of course, it's in stark contrast to how we used to view them as the comeback kings, of course, much earlier on in the season. But that's pretty much gone out of the window. Well, it's Cosgrove at the moment.
Hold on, I'm trying to log into my Facebook so that I can see what's going down in the Facebook chat.
Has been for quite some time over there. So receiving a treatment from the Dons and medical detachment.
Cosgrove is still down.
Dons players come over towards this near side, maybe for some last.
There we go. Okay, I'm in.
Tactical tweaks with some 4 minutes remaining, but there's going to be a fairly sizable chunk, I would imagine, of stoppage time.
Has Cosgrove had a shot on target since he's joined us? And I'm not saying more youth is the answer to our prayers, but Zach had a good game when he played that time and hasn't been since. He's not even on the bench. Yeah, good point. Ian Peach. Paul Keynes, don't let that useless clown or his board and PLC backers run away at 90 minutes to think of their next string of excuses without booing the roof off. Oh my lord. I gotta say, throughout the season, I've been Robbo in, but it's just been the same, just broken record interviews, broken record interview after broken record interview, saying the same old thing. You know, Mark Robinson, a lot of the times he says, "Oh, it's not good enough. I know we could have done better. I know what we're capable of, and this and this." Oh my God! It doesn't seem like we have that much capability. Just actually get to the root of the problems instead of passing it off and saying, "Oh, you know, this and this. Oh, we had injuries. Oh, we have a low budget." I gotta agree with Lee Finch from the One Without a Dream podcast by saying the budget talks were not even a thing in the beginning of the season. When we were up and running and we were getting results, we were all clamoring for a freaking mid-table finish, perhaps, you know, a top 6 finish from those that were extremely optimistic. The budget wasn't even in consideration. Yes, we've had a couple of injuries middle of the season. You know, Woodyard missing for 4 or 5 games. There were a few times where we were missing Asal via suspension, McCormick. But it's just not good enough, is it? And even when we have the players back, we have our Radonis, Asals. McCormick's not playing right now, but we have pretty much everyone back except for McCormick, and still, the results are not falling. Chislett's going to be coming on for Cosgrove. Seems to me like we're playing... I don't even know what we're playing right now. Are we going to be playing a 4-2-3-1 now with a Sal up top? Oh my lord. We don't really have a tried and true striker now, do we? Well, Mabude. I guess 4-2-3-1 with Mabude up top.
Blow then to the Dons, and as if their afternoon couldn't get any worse. Anyway, Hennigan immediately.
No, Sal's still playing up top.
Guinness Walker tries to flick it on the far side, but it's again Cambridge first the ball, able to clear it high and forward.
Yeah, Sal and Mabude. Needless to say, we should not be playing direct at all because they're not going to win anything.
Towards that far side, Chislett immediately putting in a challenge for the ball. Cambridge though will come away with it with Tracy down the right-hand side. Turns and tried to steer it back to one of his colleagues, but put it out of play. Throw into the Dons. Midway inside the Wimbledon half, taken then by Brown to Hartigan. Back now to Nick Zanev. Needs to get the ball high and forward. Cleared only as far as May on the halfway line. Turned high and back forward by him. Hartigan now with a looping header high and forward, helped on by Woodyard. Now Chislett with a chance to bring up.
Chislett ball to the top here.
Now looking for Dapo Mabude, and he'll get there ahead of
Mabude had to check up his run because the ball wasn't played with enough power over the top. Mabude tries to. Yeah, gets dispossessed by Williams. Okay, Nessa Guinness Walker gets in the challenge.
Was awarded despite the appeals from the freshly introduced Don substitute, but they will come away with a throw now over on the far side. 5 seconds.
Come on, AFC Wimbledon, get something out of this, man. Come on. We need to be on. We need to be level on points with Fleetwood now.
Have been indicated on this near side. 7 minutes.
7 minutes of stoppage time to account for how long Sam Cosgrove was down and out.
Guinness Walker then with a long throw from the left-hand side. Again, it's a Cambridge head that gets it clear, only as far as Brown. Hartigan now in centre field finds Lawrence now away towards the near side. Ball in towards the edge of the penalty.
Cambridge just winning every header.
Guinness Walker tries to retrieve it for the Dons.
We keep playing crosses in. We're not being confident enough in the final third to try to string a couple passes together, maybe a through ball. Oh.
Goes towards Mabude. Guinness Walker will steer it back across from that far side. Digby gets there and clears it away. Another throw to the Dons. Chislett has the ball, but he's going to leave it for Guinness Walker to try and deliver another long one into the Cambridge area, about 10 yards forward from the Cambridge goal line. Here comes Guinness Walker now.
Guinness Walker with a long throw here.
Comes in.
Nightingale nods it to the top of the box. Hartigan back out wide. Overlapping run is Lee Brown. Instead, Nesta takes it to the center. That's a foul, yeah.
And in fact, it's a foul on Guinness Walker after he'd played the ball, so it's going to be a free kick now to the Dons.
Come on.
Just by the edge of the Cambridge penalty area towards that far side. We've had a minute and a half of the 7 additional. Still 1-0 to Cambridge. Dons need quality now from this set-piece delivery. And towards that far side, Brown and Hartigan again standing over the ball.
Yeah, but can they come up with it? They haven't so far for the majority of this
Anthony
game.
Hartigan's going to be standing over this one. About 22 yards out, but way on the left-hand side, right where the 18-yard line is.
Not necessarily clinging on
The
to the single goal lead,
left side of the
just having
18-yard
to
line.
Do basic diligence and defensive housekeeping to just completely alleviate the threat of the Dons, but as you rightly say, very little end product from them so far this afternoon, and now is the time to rectify that.
Lee Brown's whipping this one in left-footed, just over everyone's head.
Nightingale went to go and jump for the ball, but when he sort of went for it and then stopped when he saw how high it was above his head.
Yeah.
And,
that would have been good. Had that been a yard lower, that would have been a knock back towards the center there from Nightingale, most likely. It's not good enough, is it? The delivery's been poor. Couple of corner kicks, couple of free kicks that end up either in the near post or over everyone's head. And every time we try to switch the play, it's either over the head of the outside back or 4 or 5 yards ahead of the outside back to where or outside mid of AFC Wimbledon to where the outside back of Cambridge is able to pick it up. It's just not good quality. And once again, man. Oh, he actually kept it in play. No, it was out. Hennigan tried to switch the play. Guinness Walker saved it, or so it seemed. Out for a throw in.
8,463 once again announced as the attendance here.
Ben Hennigan has just been woeful every time he's been on the ball, every time he's tried to switch the play. He's always made a wayward pass, a wayward switch of the play. Hennigan's on the ball once again, lays it off. Nesta.
Don still trailing by a goal to 0. Look back on iconic Dons equalisers from the past that have come right at the very end, and how they could certainly do with one of those right now.
Darren Jones at Burton.
Darren Jones at Burton, Robbie Earle at Man United, Effany Coco at Huddersfield. List is endless.
Robbie Earle used to play for Wimbledon, didn't he? Way back in the day.
Some of that influence rubbing off on them in 2022.
Anyway, Chislett now plays it out wide.
Brown with space to measure up the cross into the centre, and it comes Hennigan's forward. Oh, but again, it was a Cambridge head that got it clear.
Yeah, Cambridge have just been winning every single header in their own final third. Ooh. That's a good ball over there by Hennigan off the clearance. Just played it square over to Lawrence. He whips it in. Lawrence, that's a wayward one. Not sure if that was.
Too much distance. Hennigan is forward and steers it square for Woodyard on the near side. Now Lawrence
got away from him.
It's so exasperating and so tough to take as Cambridge now will make another substitution. It's Sam Sherring who's going to come on.
Another couple of minutes of this time added on. There'll be probably another minute.
I'm going to be listening to the interview, the post-match interview from Mark Robinson whenever it does get uploaded.
Well, we've got 2 of the 7 minutes remaining.
And if I hear the same bullshit excuses, oh, we were missing McCormick. Oh, like Zach Robinson was hurt or something, even though he probably isn't. I don't know. Oh, we played well in spells, but whatever. I'm gonna say Robbo out, man. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. But they're not gonna sack him. Like, I feel like a lot of the reasons why, the main reason why there was such a huge civil war between Robbo in and Robbo out was because we didn't really hear a statement from AFC Wimbledon. We didn't know how the board felt about Robinson as a coach, as a manager. But now that they've made their position, you know, I think the Robbo in, Robbo out talks will die a little bit, but the people that are Robbo out will still be Robbo out. It's not going to change their minds. They'll just be a little bit less vocal about it. Unless you're on the Facebook group. Then you'll be, you know, expressing your sentiments. And I think they're right to be frustrated. They really are. Asal here. On the overlap is Mabude. Take him on. Yeah.
fouls his man, and that's going to be a free kick.
He tried to take on Jones, but took a little bit too long to take him on. Jones was able to poke it away from Mabute after he tried to take him on.
The stoppage time, it was Lloyd Jones who was fouled there. Cambridge.
It's over, I think. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say, man. I'm going to give a very, very brief assessment, and I'll just look at the Facebook group. We'll see some opinions from them.
Full splendor once again. Got right behind the team, and ultimately nothing to show for their efforts. As the 7 minutes are now up, and I think, well, this could well be the final kick of the afternoon from Dimitar Mitov. Forward it goes now. Well,
I think 8 or 9 games are left for us. 7, actually. Yeah, 7 games left after this one. Jesus.
Tries to bring the ball forward, but runs into a determined challenge there from Lloyd Jones. Now Ironside on the near side again, shielding the ball from Hennigan. And well,
I'm turning this off. This is ridiculous, man. Ironside won the free kick over Hennigan. This is just ridiculous, man. Unbelievable.
Coming up for 8 minutes now, added on, way in excess of the stoppage time that was indicated. Jones, who took a bit of a knock earlier on, is now back on his feet, surrounded by his teammates.
Ronnie Lest, and today's excuse will be...
Referee just getting back to try and sort the mess out, but... Cambridge, all they need to do is play this free kick short into a corner, and then Robert's your father's brother, and good night and God bless. So it's Houlihan and Ironside standing over the ball on the near side. Final whistle, you would say, imminent here at the Cherry Red Record Stadium. Referee checks the watch once again. Cambridge with hardly anybody forward. Houlihan plays it short and into Ironside. Pursued into the corner by Chislett, and
I'm just looking at the Facebook comments right now. Like, the game's already over. I'm just trying to make some screenshots so I can include it into my
couple of yards forward from the Dons goal line.
Into my post-match analysis.
It's all academic now for the Dons.
There's one fan, Joe Alchima, that said, "I'm not even interested if we stay up anymore. All I'm looking forward to is to have a fight with the franchise in 2 weeks." At this point, I mean, if the franchise win that one, I'm almost certain we're gonna get relegated. It's like 95% chance we're gonna get relegated if we lose that one, and I'm inclined to believe that we're not really gonna get anything out of that one.
Played short by Ironside. And that is the end of the afternoon. It's Wimbledon 0, Cambridge 1, Robin. Very little we can add to what we've described already this afternoon. Hugely disappointing for the Dons, who started well, at times showed a bit of danger, but really, with set-piece opportunities, nowhere near making the most of them. You wouldn't say there's been a serious save all afternoon for Dimitar.
Several of those set pieces, either Lee Brown kicks it at the wall, Hartigan whips it in near post and it's cleared away, or it's whipped in over everyone's head. Hartigan maybe played 2 good corners out of 5, I'd say. Wait, how many corners did we have, actually? 4. 2 of them were good, 2 of them were poor. And the free kicks didn't take advantage of them, as Cambridge pretty much won every header. And we didn't really have any clear-cut chances. We only had 1 shot on target out of 6 shots total. And I think that was... Can't really put my finger on what it was. I think it was a header towards goal. No. Yeah, most of our shots were off target. There was a ball played in the first half in which Henry Lawrence tried to get the header in and it was wide. There was an opportunity in the second half, actually. Pretty good opportunity after AFC Wimbledon had a good spell of possession, knocking around a bit. Woodyard... Actually, no, this was a few minutes after, but Woodyard played a ball into Cosgrove, who drew the foul. It was a nice, incisive pass to Cosgrove. But anyway, a few minutes before that, it was good knocking, good moving. And Osei holding the ball up. It was actually a header won by the center back after he tried to hold it up, but it fell perfectly to the feet of Redoni. Redoni knocked it to Cosgrove. Cosgrove took a good touch towards his left and then skied the shot a good 5 yards over the bar. And all in all, Cosgrove was just kind of poor. Several times where his first touch took it away from him. He tried to chest it on one instance and it went way past. And then a couple other times where he tried to take a first touch and it just went away from him. Cosgrove was just poor, man. Why did we take Osei off? That's what I want to know. Why did we take Osei off instead of Cosgrove around the 55th minute? Osei was positive, man. He was all over the place. He was, making runs on the outside, holding the ball up okay, winning a couple of headers. And I thought he looked positive. Really can't put a finger on any player that was influential today for AFC Wimbledon. Hardigan, a couple of decent passes being pinged, but other than that, kind of poor delivery in the set pieces. Henry Lawrence, he tried to get up on a couple of instances, got dispossessed too easily, just a little too casual on the ball sometimes. He tried to split two defenders on two instances, one in our own final third in the first half. Thankfully, Ironside just kind of got held up by Hennigan. Ironside was kept quiet for the most part, but, we just couldn't deal with Brophy, who was pretty pacey and put a couple of balls into the box. Smith, there were a couple of times where he drew a few fouls. And, I don't know, man. It just wasn't good enough overall. Henry Lawrence giving the ball away a couple of times. Paul Osu, he didn't really have too many opportunities to get on the ball. There were a couple of times where he was on the overlap and he wasn't played, or he was played but a bit too late. There was one time where Rodoni took like 3 seconds to play him on the overlap, and by that point, when he played Osu in the overlap, Williams was already in position to shield it out. And that's one thing that I feel like we lacked today. Communication. Communication was all over the place today. There were times where players were making the runs on the overlap and we didn't play the players, and then there were times where we tried to switch the play and a few yards over the head of everyone. Hennigan, every time he switched the play, it was over everyone's head. Never looked like he was going to string a good pass together. There were a few times where Rodoni tried to play out wide to Lawrence, and it was a good 4 or 5 yards ahead of Lawrence, too close to the outside back. Hardigan did that on one instance as well. Lee Brown, his deliveries at times were kind of poor. And overall, the quality of passing was just terrible. We gave it away so cheaply on several occasions. And, every game we do something wrong, but we can never... We're not making the same mistakes every time, but we're making different mistakes every time. And it's just every time there's always one other thing that we're doing wrong, and we're never putting a complete performance together. And I thought defensively we did okay. Hennigan and Nightingale were winning a lot of good headers. Henry Lawrence got caught a little too high on a lot of instances where he, tried to press on the double team on the outside, but sometimes you gotta drop back after the press doesn't work out, and sometimes you would stay high and the ball would be played in behind. And overall, it was just poor, man. Just really, really poor. As for how I think the substitutes panned out, Guinness Walker played okay. Tried to get down the wing a couple of times, put maybe a couple of decent balls into the box, but other than that, really wasn't that influential. He came on for Paul Osu, actually. I thought we could have brought Asal in earlier. Asal was the second substitute. He came on the 70th minute or so. Pretty positive, a lot of off-the-ball press. Looked confident in the final third. Chisla came on 80th minute. I don't really have much else to say, to be honest with you. It was just a poor performance all around. Just lacked quality in the final third. Quality and confidence, really. We didn't really play too many incisive through balls. We just played it out wide a lot and put a lot of crosses into the box. Empty crosses, really. And gave the ball away too cheaply on a lot of instances. So, yeah, let's just take a look to see what the Facebook group has to say about this game, and we'll make it short and sweet. Ian Peach: has Cosgrove had a shot on target since he's joined us? And I'm not saying youth is the answer to our prayers, but Zach had a good game when he played that time, referring to Lincoln, and hasn't been seen since. He's not even been on the bench. And then Have Dunt: when you play him up front against three massive center backs, what do you expect with no support? He actually went 2 up top, didn't he? The French bloke was nowhere near him all game. Certainly not playing as an out-and-out striker. Yeah, I gotta say, I'll say he hooked out wide a lot. I think he was positive in terms of bringing other players into the play. But yeah, he wasn't really too close to Cosgrove in a lot of instances. He kind of played as a makeshift winger / left forward rather than a striker. So I think maybe could work on his positioning a little bit. But Osei was kind of positive. I'm not even interested if we stay up anymore. All I'm looking forward to is to have a fight with the franchise in 2 weeks. Joe Alchima, yeah. I hate to say it, but Milton Keynes are in a position to relegate us if they win against us. I was hoping that it would never come down to that point, but it seems like it is coming down to that point. I'm trying to look at some comments here. Bob Walsh, okay. We ain't won a game in what feels like about 72 years, but I've still woken up all excited like a kid at Christmas, just delighted to be going to our new Plough Lane to watch those mighty Wombles play. I look around our new ground in awe and think, we've done this. Us. Bring it. Come on, you Dons. Oh, that was 6 hours ago. Never mind. Pino Cardazzone. We just don't have no quality. Double negative there. I'd like to know what Bezant and Sanchez are thinking now. Nathan Bennett Osiyao has been class. Donarate hasn't scored yet, though. Same old shite. I mean, he's only played 2 games. Lawrence Hamilton, who scouted Cosgrove, and does anyone know their dealer's number? He's not been working out, man. Cosgrove has not been working out at all. His first touch was a touch of a rhino. I mean, several times his first touch has been getting away from him, and he just doesn't look too confident, does he? Except for the time where he actually played him into space and skied it 5 yards over the bar. His first touch was good then, but it doesn't matter when you sky it 5 yards over the bar now, does it? Kevin Johnson, huff and puff football against a team who are dragging their suitcases already. Get a style and go 3 up top. Draw is useless. That was midway through the game. Let's reload, refresh the page. James Whitaker. Happy clappers. You enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the relegation to League 2. Trust that process from the Messiah Robinson. Me, I'm a realist. And for 21 games without a single win, that man isn't fit to be associated with Wimbledon, let alone manage our first team. The current board, you're an utter disgrace. You take from fans, and for what in return? Woeful and the very worst of all time as a Wimbledon fan. That includes worse than Egley Coulson. End. I'm with you, James. I'm with you, man. I've been positive. I've been optimistic throughout the season. Slowly but surely, I've been transitioning more into a realist. And it's just stubbornness, man. It's just stubbornness. It really is. And yes, it's a different style, right? It's a different style than the Wally Downs era, where we would have a lot of players who would get stuck into challenges, a lot of, grinding, nitty gritty players. Some of them which would hoof it upfield and would, try to win on the knockdown, the Joe Pigots, the Ollie Palmers when he came in, the Tom Elliott's way back then. I liked in the beginning of the season, I liked that we had a shift in philosophy, just try to play a little bit, knock it around a little bit more, play more modern football. But it hasn't panned out. But, he's continued to stick with that philosophy. And not only that, but Mark Robinson, while not everything has been his fault, the recruitment's been terrible. The injuries, middle of the season, yada, 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 whatever. The budget, whatever. The budget's been poor, but the budget's no excuse, really. The budget is no excuse. Mark Robinson, excuse after excuse after excuse. He constantly says, I'm fit. I am fit to bring this team into light, to keep this team up. And, it's just arrogance and stubbornness. Something's got to change. Something has got to change. And nothing is changing. We're going down if this remains. We're going down. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. That's all I have to say. Piss poor.